Indianapolis Center, do you have any test operations restricted area 2508?
Aries 31, roger. Traffic is quite luminous and is exhibiting some non-ballistic motion, over.
Roger, Aries 31. Continue to send at your discretion, over.
Okay, Center. The traffic is approaching head-on, ultra bright, and really moving. They're right by us right now.
There are 1,000 UFO sightings reported around the world every month. 90% of these sightings can be explained, but 10% cannot. Officially and unofficially, the U.S. military has been investigating UFOs since 1947. Their top secret goal is to find out what's behind these unexplained sightings. The Pentagon classifies them as unusual airborne anomalies, but a better term is X-Files. Join us now as Mack Maloney and Commander Cobra explore these unsolved cases, UFO incidents that baffle even the U.S. military. This is Mack Maloney's Military X-Files. And now, here's Mack Maloney.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Mack Maloney's Military X-Files show here on the Distant Thunder Radio Network. This is Mack Maloney. Wow, what a show we have for you tonight. But let me introduce the members of the posse first, okay? Girls, get ready. I know this by heart. I'm reading it off a cue card, but I know it by heart. Girls, get ready. Get your misters, get your fan, sit yourself down, get the big box of cleanings and the extra big box of wipes because the very famous Wom is here.
Hello, Mac. Yes, girls, those will come in handy, those extra.
Really, yeah?
Extra wipes.
Are you seeing into the future?
I am. How you doing, Mac? Glad to be here. Glad the ladies are out there listening. We've gotten some good fan mail from some of the females. Huh?
Some of it we can't read on the air, some of it we can.
We really respect our female audience, that's for sure.
Okay.
In everything that we do.
That sounds like a legal statement. Were we supposed to say that?
Just check it. Just making sure.
Just making sure. Covering our ass. Good for you, JJ.
Okay.
Up there in the the Great White North, and he has a stunning background to his Zoom tonight. They know him as Coco on the streets, but we know him as Commander Cobra. Coco, how you doing?
As always, Mac, it's a privilege to join the formation and get on the wing. Be part of the great Mack Maloney Military X-Files.
Is that you in that house?
Tonight is the it's the pivotal scene in Bad Boys 2, the great formation shot from the movie.
Boy.
Coco was in that movie. He was flying the helicopters in that movie. Bad Boys 2. Do
you still get residuals for that or what?
Don't embarrass him.
No residuals. I was happily under the employment of the government of the Sugars Confused Group, United States Coast Guard.
Yep.
And we did not receive any benefit except the joy of bringing the entertainment to the citizens of the great country.
Well, didn't you get in an argument with the director, Michael Bay? Didn't you tell him how
I did not get in an argument with Michael Bay. You have insinuated that every time we had the story. Michael Bay and I had a great discussion. And
we want you to make the story more interesting.
Very, very accommodating to change the scenes for accuracy, something that I try to strive.
I just don't. I just have a hard time believing. Hold on. I don't have my. I knew something was wrong. I didn't have my shades on. Hang on.
What a great combo. Bay and Bruckheimer. I mean, every time that the movie came out with those two guys, I watched it. I don't care if it was a love story.
Oh, really?
Mr. Bruckheimer is a very, very cordial man. Very cordial man.
I just think it's interesting that they would take notes from the stunt pilot.
Why not? You never know where your good ideas are going to come from.
Listen, did you see what happened in
I love that story.
Okay, listen, let me introduce everyone.
It's a great story.
We're going to go up to the Bowl of Flakes. Okay? He also has a stunning background, Zoom background. Switchblade Steve Ward. Switchy, how you doing?
I am beyond wonderful, Mac.
He looks very pensive tonight, doesn't he? He's got the he's like the thinker.
You know? He is pensive.
Yeah.
He's rubbing his chin a lot.
Rubbing his chin, yeah. Now, what side is the pod on? It looks like the pod is on his left side tonight. Okay,
it always has been.
No, it's on the right side yet. Also,
I can switch it.
Switch it. That's where
they call him Switchy.
Right. Now, let me get to the beauty among the beasts, please. Favorite witch, somewhere up in the northeast part of the country. Raven, how you doing tonight, Raven?
Hello, my friends. I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, you're doing excellent, Raven.
You tell us.
Good to see you.
Earlier, Raven had her codependent dog on.
It was a cutie.
I wasn't joking. It was very codependent.
Yep. We'll have to put that in the
Nothing wrong with that. Even if he wants to sleep with you, because that's what's going to happen probably with the with the Yorkie.
He's going to be 9, so he's a Gemini. His birthday's coming up, and he sleeps with us every night.
Whoa! Good. So animals have astrological signs too?
Of course.
Of course. Of course. Really? Yeah. So what, the dog, so he's a Gemini, so he has split personalities, the dog, the beagle?
I mean, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
My black lab is a Taurus, just like Cher, and she's a strong, independent woman. So
Cher, yeah.
Totally
you know that Cher thought Mount Rushmore was a natural formation?
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did too.
Cut it out.
Okay. Let's continue introducing people. Up there in the upper right-hand corner, very famous author, Marc Zappulla. Marc, how you doing? MZ.
Fantastic, Mac. How are you?
Okay. You were eating a bowl of something earlier. What's in the bowl? What's in the bowl?
Yeah, I made popcorn for this show.
Popcorn, okay. We'll believe. Oh, he does have popcorn. Now I want popcorn. Cool. Marc,
Yeah, we're talking movies too. So
okay, all right. Okay, let's go.
Thanks for having me on again. It's a pleasure, to see everyone.
It's always fun. We're going to go down to the bottom. I'm saving the best for last. We're going down to the
it
bottom.
may not be the bottom on their screen.
Oh, that's okay. All right.
Okay.
The guy with the refrigerator in his background, Phil Yebba. Phil, how you doing? Phil Yebba.
I really am at the bottom then, I guess.
No. Well, that's
good. Thank you for having me back.
Okay.
No, I got to tell you, you have the best screen. Everyone talked about their screens. Your screen is the best. That has got to be the most creative.
Why? What's he have
digital
back there?
Imagery that I have seen. I mean, the pictures on the refrigerator look real. It looks like you actually have a refrigerator in your studio. That's amazing.
He's an artist.
I just reached to go into it and nothing's there. It's horrifying.
Okay. This guy's going to fall asleep.
It's almost like a dead zone thing,
Yeah.
Jocko, they're eating into your time. Our good friend, the cop of the show, Jocko Johnson. Let's give him, and we'll sweeten this up.
Salute this guy.
Hi, fellas.
With the moderator. Jocko, how you doing?
Fine, man. It's a pleasure to be here. It's an honor. Thank you.
So listen, how many hippies did you beat up when you were on the NYPD?
About, we ran out around the trade.
Ran out? Okay, they ran out.
A lot of repeat offenders.
Okay.
We could tell who had the previous contact.
Oh, really? Yeah, you could tell by that. Yeah, I understand.
Right away, we could tell how they had.
Well, you cleaned that city up, Jocko. You did.
We did when we were there, and then look what happened.
Then look what happened.
I had to retire. What can I tell you?
Okay, right. Thanks for joining us. And so tonight, what we're going to do, I have no idea. We're going to be talking to Vic the Wop is coming on later on in the show. Vic the Wop. And he plays Captain Kirk on the YouTube series of Star Trek. And what's cool about this show is that they got all the original costumes, the original sets, the original music. Everything looks exactly like Star Trek looked.
Did they have to pay for all that stuff? I
don't know how Vic did it. Yeah, I think they might have had to pay.
He didn't mention it the last time we was on.
But they also have stars from the old show come on and
that's
do their
cool.
Yeah. So if you're into Star Trek, go to Star Trek on YouTube series, and what they do is they pick up from where the TV show left off to where the movies began. They fill in that gap. It's strange. I got to tell you, the first episode you watch it and you go, "This is like too weird" because it looks like it, but it's not them.
Same sets and everything.
Same set,
costumes
and everything. The music, the dialogue. But it's good. If you like Star Trek, I'd recommend it.
And what's good about it is that it's original stuff. It's not like a comedy version or
no. So now Vic doesn't have to plug a show. We've done it for him. So we're going to do the top 10 in honor of Jocko. We're going to do the top 10 worst science fiction cop movies ever made. Okay, the worst science fiction cop movies ever made.
I didn't know there were that many that were made.
Believe me, it took a while to get 10 of them.
What did I do to deserve this honor?
Well,
it's National Police Week.
It's National Police Week.
You may have hit one too many of those citizens in New York a few years back, and this is part of the payback.
Calm, huh? Never touched anybody who didn't deserve it.
There you go. Didn't deserve it. Right. Exactly.
Especially by law in the book.
That's what the cops used to say when they were beating me. You deserve it, you little. Okay, so
that was. Yeah.
And here's another one for good measure.
Yeah, right.
That's the one Juan got for being there.
Yeah. So anyway, another good friend of mine was a NYPD for 22 years, and he told me stories. And Jocko, I know that you probably knew. You know what I mean. I'm talking about. They didn't
He's
have.
been there and done that.
Right. They didn't have.
I don't know anything about it.
There you go. That's my friend says. They didn't have just like
I never heard of it.
They didn't have just like a portable TV in their squad car. They had like a real TV set with a battery. Yes, they used to sit and watch Carson every night.
A 21-inch Zenith.
Yeah, it was. Anyway. Hey, what else you can do when you're having a few beers?
Could be worse. It could have been a 21-inch months.
Yeah, it was. He told me stories that I wish I didn't know. Anyway, so this is Cop Week. So in honor of Jocko Johnson,
wish you didn't know.
We're gonna do.
Jocko, fill us in on that.
We're gonna do
a lot of things I don't want to forget too, but not for funny reasons.
Okay, you're right.
Okay, all right.
I get here.
I'll tell you.
I hear where you're coming from.
All right, here we go. Top 10 really bad sci-fi cop movies. Okay, top 10 really bad sci-fi cop movies. Raven, you have the list.
I have the list. I have it pulled up and ready to go.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's go. Number 10.
Number 10. We have Dead Heat. Treat Williams is an LA cop who's forgotten all the rules. He chases down some bank robbers only to discover that they are zombies. They bite him, but because he manages to remain somewhat stable in his undead state, he teams up with Joe Piscopo to bust a zombie crime family led by Vincent Price of $20 and a pineapple fame.
That sounds like a stinker.
That was an American classic, just so you know.
Wow.
Thank God I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. Number 9, please. Top 10 really bad sci-fi cop movies in honor of Jocko.
Number 9 is Men in Black. When it comes to the Hollywood stereotypical pairings, it doesn't get much worse than Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith in Men in Black. Yep. The LA Times review said, the only thing more painful than watching the main characters hunt down aliens on Earth is watching them bond as friends.
Oh, that's one of the most...
Or watching it in a second movie.
I can't...
May I comment? May I comment?
Yes, sure.
Yes, Jocko, please.
The little guys that drank all the coffee and the Jack Daniels and smoked all the time.
Okay.
In the Men in Black.
Yes.
Those little aliens.
Yes.
That was the most accurate part of the picture.
Okay, all right.
They would joke as clowns, little gangsters. I don't know. Drank Jack Daniels coffee and smoked all day.
Right.
Cursed everybody out.
I don't smoke, but everything else fits. So, okay, Raven, please. Next, really bad sci-fi cop movies in honor of Jocko.
Number 8, we have Bright. Will Smith plays a detective in an alternate version of Los Angeles who must team up with an elf cop to find out who's killing all the fairies.
You say an elf cop?
Yes.
This isn't real, is it?
It is.
I thought this was a joke.
No, this was an Academy Award-winning picture. It won probably for technical stuff. It's called Bright, and he's a cop in L.A., an alternate version of L.A., and there's elves and fairies and stuff running around.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Okay.
Must have got a Golden Globe.
It's something. They paid for a
more
Golden
Globes. They're all over.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Really bad sci-fi cop movies, please, Raven.
Number 7, we have Gemini Man. Will Smith plays a government agent who is forced to fight a clone of himself. The New York Times said, even stupider than it sounds.
Yes. Okay. I saw the previews for this.
We got 3 movies listed.
Yeah. It was it was like he's fighting himself. It's like, I'm sure it's a triumph of special effects, but it was just dumb, you know?
You know, we haven't really mentioned Will Smith very often on Mack Maloney's Military X-Files, and in one night we're going to do a complete year's worth of references to him.
Next movie, please, Raven.
Number 6, we have Dead. Marbles is a hapless stoner who can see dead people. Tag is a recently deceased cop who's forgotten all the rules. Can an anal retentive ghost and a directionless stoner work together to save lives? Spoiler alert, the answer is no way.
Oh,
that was in the New York Times as well.
Wait a minute.
Virgin is
a cop that breaks all the rules.
Yes.
That seems to be a rerecurring theme.
I've never heard of that. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either.
Raven, Jocko.
Very good girl.
Raven, you
married to a cop?
No.
No.
Jocko, quick question.
Now that would be
funny.
funny.
Jocko.
Yes, sir.
When you slip the mortal coil, and obviously no time soon, would you like to come back and do a little paranormal beyond the grave law enforcement?
Would you?
Sure.
Yeah.
Trip a guy, you know.
Yeah, just remember who was nice to you on the show. You know what I mean, officer?
I love all you guys. I love you guys.
Trip a guy. Okay, next movie, please, Raven.
Go ahead.
Number 5, we have R.I.P.D. A recently slain cop who's forgotten all the rules joins a team of undead cops in Charlestown, Massachusetts, to find the man who murdered him. The Boston Globe said, once again, the residents of Charlestown are embarrassed on the big screen, but this time it has nothing to do with Robin Williams, Ben Affleck, or an armored car robbery.
Okay, all right. Maybe the locals will get that joke.
Yeah, where's Ryan Reynolds?
Oh, Will Smith, he seems to be in all the other ones.
Okay, all right.
Oh, you still got to hit the cycle.
Yeah. Next movie, please. Really bad.
Yeah, Will needed the money, I guess.
Sci-fi cop movies.
Number 4, we have Tokyo Gore Police, set in the super fantastic future world of Tokyo, where advertising is geared to the super fantastic self-mutilation crowd. Super fantastic sword-wielding cop Ruka Ding seeks to avenge her father's death by destroying a group of homicidal mutants that can transform any body part into a super fantastic weapon.
Wow, I'm there.
Yeah, I'm there. What's the matter with this movie?
Fantastic.
Actually, it was not a bad movie, in my opinion.
You suck.
Sounds amazing.
That's great.
Okay. Marc Zappulla, a famous author. Have you seen any of these movies?
Men in Black.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that terrible.
Transform a body part. I hope they didn't violate the penal code.
Oh, there you go. We're just waiting for Switch. Trying to create some space so Switch could do material. Please, Raven, next movie. Really bad sci-fi cop movies.
Number 3, we have Dark Angel. Dolph Lundgren is a cop who's forgotten all the rules. Along with FBI agent Lawrence Smith, he investigates an alien force on the streets of Houston who is killing and gathering stocks of a rare ultra-genius drug found only in the brain. Rotten Tomatoes said, rare ultra-genius drug found in the brains of people in Houston? This is science fiction.
Whoa.
This was actually a good cult classic.
Really?
There's a famous line at the end where the alien says, I come in peace, and Dolph Lundgren blows him away and says, you go in pieces. It was great.
Classic ending. I'm with you there, Phil. Absolutely.
That's great.
Why do all these guys forget the rules? They write it down in a book.
Please, next movie, Raven.
They give it to them. Here's the rules.
Here's the rules.
Number 2, Runaway 3, A Kick in the Bolts. In the near future, a police officer who's forgotten all the rules teams up with a misunderstood cyborg to bust a bunch of scientists who are soliciting under oh my God.
Here we go.
Can I do that over again?
Do it again. Take 2. Take 2.
Go Jay down.
There we go.
Okay. Number 2, we have Runaway 3, A Kick in the Bolts. In the near future, a police officer who's forgotten all the rules teams up with a misunderstood cyborg to bust a bunch of scientists who are soliciting underage robots to make robot porn.
Wow, it certainly sounds like number 2.
Very good. Who said that? Very good, Phil.
Exactly.
I said that.
Okay.
Who would greenlight that thing?
Check that. Yeah, right. Well, it's someone
Besides us.
Besides us, exactly.
Hey, Mac, you notice you get extra comedy on the show that you don't solicit?
Okay. Hey, man. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Switch it. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, you get extra comedy on this show, and you don't have to pay any more for it.
Right. That's the business model. Switch.
And there were 3 movies. That was part 3. So, okay.
Yes. So there's another 2.
1 and 2 are really good.
Runway 3, I can see Robert Rodriguez doing something.
A kick in the bolts, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how about the whole soliciting underage robots to make robot porn? Does anyone get?
Yeah. I mean, a guest starring Machete would be guest starring in it.
Wow. Anyway,
I like Machete. I like those movies.
Let's pull the train into the station, please, Raven. Are we at number 1?
We are number 1.
Go ahead.
Number 1, Terminator 16. Forced to go to anger management classes, the Terminator turns his life around and opens a cupcake shop in Harvard Square.
Yeah. You see that movie, Terminator 16?
You want raspberry truffle?
We'll sweeten that.
Or chocolate chip muffin.
Here's your cupcakes. Very good, Phil.
Well, what did it be, pal?
Wow.
Make it snappy.
Well, that's going to be
not bad.
Well, you know what? I'm glad Soylent Green wasn't on that list because I still kind of like that flick.
Really, yeah? That's a real drive.
He said 10 worst.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I'm glad it wasn't on the list.
Well, anyway.
Oh, there would have been a food fight over Soylent Green.
No kidding.
That showed up on the list. Oh, too soon? Was that too soon, Raven? Sorry.
We'd be throwing high velocity wafers at people.
Arnold
The
Schwarzenegger.
premise of that movie just makes me like want to vom.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Did you vom when you saw
Yeah.
that
I don't
movie?
like him. He's.
I didn't vom.
Yeah, but he'll be back.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Well, that's right. You do Arnold, don't you?
That's right.
Not literally.
Nothing. Whoa, whoa.
Well, anybody can do Arnold, sort of.
Oh, man. Freaking Phil's on the money tonight. Okay.
You get 2 on that one
Yeah,
because you shut up switch. Okay. You made him move so fast his earpiece came out. Okay.
His
He was
earpiece.
gagging at the thought
It's
of it.
true. It didn't just fall out. It was kind of a shockwave kind of a deal.
Did you say earpiece or hairpiece? Anyway, listen. Why don't we do this?
Yeah, right.
Jocko, you still with us? Jocko, listen. Let me ask you something, okay?
Yes, sir.
What were you doing? Watching TV?
No, I was looking.
What are you watching? The friggin' Rangers?
It's Rangers are out.
Okay. Look at Switchy. Look at his hair. Now you're someone. You're a law enforcement officer. You can tell quirks in people.
You're a trained professional.
Yeah, that's what we would call a hair system.
There we go.
See, I told them it's a system.
It's
that's
a
what
system.
they have to ask you. So you got a toupee with? No, it's a system.
Yeah, right.
But I'm
right.
not the club president.
It's a little fruity
You're not-
nest, they
right.
call them, a little, just a hair system.
So,
And they're very nice. I mean, unless you got right up to
Oh,
them and
no.
looked right into that thing,
Right.
grab it, yanked it, it still won't come out. They
Right.
got Velcro straps.
Really, yeah.
everything.
Is that really?
Yeah, you never seen that? We used to have.
I'm
guys
seeing
wear-
that. I'm seeing that whole scene in Goodfellas with the guy that jumps in the pool because he's got the hair
Oh, yeah,
pieces.
Maury. Maury's wigs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we had a guy who was an undercover one day, and at my retirement party, he comes up to me, and we're talking. We're all half drunk, and this guy though, he's got hair. He never had hair.
Oh.
I was like, well, what the hell happened to you? Like, you got hair in a week. He's like, it's a system.
It's
Believe
a
me, I
system.
went out. I got a system. It's a hair system.
Not just a rug.
Right?
It's a hair
He
system.
goes, pull it. You going to pull it? All right, I wash it. I do everything. I'm like, I'm not touching that stuff. I don't know what it used to be on.
Yeah. Well,
Could have been anywhere.
a lot of that stuff comes from Asia.
But Switch, you look good.
You look good.
Thanks.
Your
Did you?
system. Your system looks good.
He's just going to send you along with a warning switch. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah,
Now listen.
no, I just do it. I'll give you your lefts and your rights. No problem.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, Phil Yebba.
Right.
Now that we're talking about hairdos and everything, can you turn around? Do you have Raven? Are you looking at Phil?
I
You
see.
see
it. I was gonna do
Oh,
it
no.
today, but it was a little cold
Yep.
here in the place I'm at,
Yes.
and I needed a hat, and my hair was like, whoa.
Okay.
Like it
Yes.
was a mess. So I was like, nobody wants to see this shit.
Wait a minute. We're not talking about your hairdo. Your hairdo looks great. We're talking about Phil has a bun. Phil has
But
a.
I had a bun last week.
Well, you're a girl.
Yeah.
Buns are good on a girl.
I mean, and
Sorry, Phil. I'm sorry. When
Yeah, I
we-
have been on some secret missions recently.
Yes.
Mac. So
uh,
I need a haircut bad.
do you really? Oh, look at this. Yeah.
Yeah, I can get a little.
Jocko, I'll give you 10.
Yeah, that's great.
I'll give you $10 if you.
But
I'll give you $10
like I said,
if you
I
make
got
that
to
a
blend
bun.
in once.
put that in cornrows.
Nah, I got to blend in. It's going tomorrow. The
Oh,
next day, it's going down.
I think
to Cobra.
Phil's is an attachment.
Wear your mask.
I don't think it's real.
That's
It's a
interesting.
clip-on. It's a clip-on like a tie.
Do they?
Right.
There's extensions.
That's clip on.
Yeah.
Only because I had a secret mission.
There you
Don't
go.
You can
know.
get them on Amazon.
It's a bun system. A bun system.
I mean, I can't even see the track on Phil's hair, so he's doing a great job.
So great hiding it. The system.
Yeah.
He's multi-talented.
The whole system.
Hey, one. Didn't you tell me that your nickname in high school was Bun?
Yes, and I'll bring in my yearbook to prove it to you.
Oh, wow. We can't wait.
Does it have to
I
do with
should have
this
done
hair?
it tonight.
Let's do a special show on that.
Any mullets?
Oh, here we go with the mullets. Raven loves
guys.
mullets.
I'm just asking.
Raven loves mullets.
ask.
You might want to get a mullet there, Jocko. You might
Mullets
want to
are
get a mullet
awesome.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a yaga.
Wrong with mullets.
We'll all be on the next show.
I'm just saying that. I'm just asking a question. Oh, just asking a question.
Like you're
Next show, all mullets.
trashy, like you're a little bit like, I don't know if you're a bad boy or if you genuinely don't know that it looks bad.
Wow, interesting female point of view.
Oh, bad boys, kind of like Cobra's background. I get it.
There you go. Right.
I'll have a mullet by tomorrow then.
Extra points for Phil.
You're going to have to get a system there, brother.
Thank you.
Why don't we do
I'm going to have a mullet system tomorrow.
Okay. Why don't we take a commercial break now? You're listening to Mack Maloney's Mill Tracks show here on the Distant Thunder Radio Network. We'll be right back after this.
Do you know where the world's most secret bases are located? Do you know what spooky action at a distance means? Is there a conspiracy by aliens to prevent us from conquering space? And where is the best place in the United States to see a real UFO? Find the answers to all these questions and more in Mack Maloney's new book, Mack Maloney's Haunted Universe. Visit places you never knew existed. The Phantom Tunnels of Tokyo, the UFO Trail in South America, Hong's Hat, and the very mysterious M Triangle. Mack Maloney's Haunted Universe contains hundreds of reports on ghosts, haunted planes and ships, weird celebrity deaths, mysterious sounds, and a breakdown of every monster in America, state by state. You've heard him talk about it on the radio. Now, get all of Mack's paranormal research in one large volume. Mack Maloney's Haunted Universe, with a foreword by the very famous Juan. On sale now in your local bookstore or on Amazon.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Mack Maloney's Mill Tracks show here on the Distant Thunder Radio Network. This is Mack Maloney. Wow, what a show we have for you tonight. Let me introduce quickly the members of the Posse. Girls, very famous Juan is here.
Hello, girls. Hello, Mac.
Hello.
Thanks for visiting the show. Hope you stay in for the rest of it because it's going to be hilarious.
We'll see. Okay. That's the kind of spirit we'd like to hear.
You got it.
Up there in the great state of Maine, in his bunk, formerly a compound. No, you can reverse that. They call him Coco on the street. We know him as Commander Cobra. Cece, how are you doing?
Very good. Mm-hmm. And as always, Mac, it's a pleasure and a privilege to be part of the formation.
Yes, yes. Now, listen, that's not a hair system you have, is it? I mean,
no, you
just the genetic coding. That's it.
Really? That's it. Okay. All right, just checking. Our national correspondent up there in Battle Creek, Michigan, the Battle Creek of the Republic, Switchblade Steve Ward. Switch.
Great to be here tonight, Matt.
Okay. That's good. We'll get back to you in a second. Raven, favorite good witch. Raven, how you doing tonight?
Hello, Raven.
Hello, my friends. I'm doing great. Hi, JJ.
Hello.
Wow.
Good to talk to you as always.
Freaking JJ.
Always.
Yeah. Anyway, it looks like you're drinking orange juice tonight, Raven. That's very healthy. That's a very healthy drink.
I'm drinking orange juice because I care about my health.
There you go. Right. Yeah.
Yes.
And that mimosa part of it is just because you want to be extra careful.
That's all. That sinks to the bottom.
What's a mimosa?
Yeah, what language are you speaking there? Okay, let's go here.
Make sure there's no added sugar in that orange juice.
All right, don't worry.
I only buy organic.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Here you go.
Pulp, some pulp. You ever watch The Sopranos?
Okay, hang on. Why don't we go to Marc Zappulla, very famous author, Marc Zappulla. Marc, how you doing? Marc. MZ.
Fantastic. Great to be here, Mac. Great to see everyone.
Good to see you, Marc.
Quickly tell everyone your books, please. Name your books. You can get them on Amazon.
The last three, let's see. The Last Longshoreman, Miami Underground, and what was that last one I did? The comedy? The Miss Man.
Yeah, The Miss Man. Yeah.
All on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
All great.
The one in Miami would make a really cool movie, you know?
I think so too. A lot of action. I like the characters. You know, the nice dynamic crew you got going on there, stealing things. It's good.
Kind of a mystery. You know, it's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, and also now we're going to go to. I'm saving you for last, there, Jocko. Hang on, Phil Yebba, a man with a bun. Oh. Phil, how you doing, Phil?
A man with a bun.
A man with a bun. Okay, we're hoping to hear from the Black-Eyed Kid later on. How's he been doing?
He's been doing all right. I've kept him kind of in the closet for a bit.
Wow. Okay.
You can take that so many ways.
Not sure how to take that yet.
I didn't know that Black-Eyed Kid swung that way, but that's all right.
So he's going to come out of the closet.
We didn't know he's confused.
It's 2021. Let your freak flag fly. Jocko Johnson, okay, veteran of NYPD, Glow, He's drinking. Looks like he's drinking orange juice as well. Jocko, how you doing tonight, Jocko?
Lemonade.
I'm
fine, thank
okay.
you.
Yeah, Jocko is really getting with the program because he wears sunglasses as well. Okay, so it's just really the three of us, you know?
That's right.
It's at night, of course.
Just following my idol and my boss over there.
Who, Juan Juan?
No, Jocko, it's so good to see you.
Yeah, Juan Juan dresses like me every week.
I love Juan Juan.
That's that behind the scenes.
I love you
stuff.
too, Jocko.
Okay. You guys, you and the black-eyed kids should get together. You're three. Anyway.
How can you not?
How can you not is right.
Jocko and I have our own offline conversation.
Yeah, I
have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, you're talking about the best kind of spaghetti sauce or something.
Oh, okay.
Didn't you tell me that? Didn't you guys have a discussion about how to Italian cooking?
No.
No? I dreamed that?
You did.
Wow.
Coco, great.
Good topic,
Great.
Way off.
I used to have dirty dreams.
Have you ever tried it, Commander?
No, I have not yet, but it is on my list. I tend to be one of those make it myself, homemade kind of guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was also until I tasted this. That it takes out like 4 or 5 hours.
I need to hear
work.
about this sauce.
Yeah.
What is it?
Called, I got that. I'll have to ask my wife.
Okay.
It's called Italian gravy. If I could, Coco could send it to you if he has your address. I sent him a picture of the bottle and everything.
Yeah.
It's made in the Bronx, in Little Italy up in the Bronx.
Really? Yeah. Well, that might be pretty good then, as it turns out. Gravy, the people in Boston, anyway, call spaghetti sauce gravy, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, and there's no such thing as pasta either. We only have macaroni and spaghetti.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. I agree with you there. So
some have holes in them and some don't.
Somebody wrote a book.
We're still talking about the pasta, so everybody just stay calm.
I could go all night talking about pasta and sauce.
Pasta la vista.
Somebody wrote a book called "When Pasta Was Called Spaghetti."
Oh,
was that talk show host Michael Savage?
Oh no, that's a Hallmark card. ... Then you turn it.
Hey, listen. Yeah. Last week we did a bit, and we're going to get the Switch in a second, and it was 5 things that Switch would have for breakfast if he lived in ancient Rome, right?
Oh, okay,
there you go. And it turned out that, truthfully, the ancient Romans had this sauce called Galum, Galum.
Garum. Yeah,
Garum, that's it. And
Garum,
what that was made of was they would catch these little fish, and they would then dry them out, and then they would put them in cooking oil. And then they would drop other fish into the boiling cooking oil. The fish would eat, the big fish would eat the smaller fish, and what the bigger fish excreted, if I can use that word, was the sauce. And they put it
Mac,
on.
I hate to interrupt my boss and my idol, but I'm a little bit of a ancient Roman historian.
Go ahead.
And I will tell you, the sauce you're talking about, the fish sauce, the garum.
Yes.
What they did was they took anchovies, a small fish like anchovy-like fish.
Go ahead.
They put them in salt in barrels.
Yes, right.
Poured some oil on it. They then made layer after layer after layer, sealed the barrel or the amphora with this salt covering, and they would leave it in the sun.
Oh.
What happened was they would leave the guts and everything in there.
The guts.
And it would just putrefy.
Oh.
And what was left was the sauce.
I'm going to vom.
It would take months to do this.
I'm going to vom.
They put it on everything.
Yeah, everything. I mean, I read about this for about an hour last week.
The best stuff was made in Spain, on the coast of Spain.
Oh my!
Well, now that Officer Jocko has straightened it out from last week, I'm kind of inclined to try it.
If you try, I'll give you $10 if you try it. Yeah, I'll give you $10 if you try. Yeah, it's making a comeback. That's how.
Really try it.
Anyway. And
maybe put on toast or something in the morning. Try it.
You can buy it.
Dunkin's should add it to their menu instead of avocado toast.
You can buy books. There's stories written books about what the ancients ate. You can eat like an ancient Roman.
Yeah, okay. They also had mouse. They also had mouse pancakes. Have you come across mouse pancakes there?
Oh, that's a good one.
Jocko?
Dormus.
Yes. See, they used to eat. Oh, sorry.
They raised them. They were sort of a type of a mouse.
1006.
Like a mouse and like a little mole, not a mole, but like a little critter.
It's a mouse, and they used to crush them up and mix them in with pancakes and have them in the morning. They have them like mouse pancakes.
Well, what they would
What's the matter with these people?
They would just flour them up, put cornmeal, and deep fry them.
Oh, jeez.
It's true. The Romans loved pieces.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't try, I don't think.
Bake them. They'd eat them like bones and all. They raised them.
And the empire fell. I can't imagine how it could have happened.
It took a long time, though. Come on.
They blamed it on the lead pipes.
Mouse cakes.
You know, mouse cakes, right. One of the best lines from The Sopranos was, The Sopranos, they're beating up this guy because he won't, cooperate or whatever. And he's like wise-mouthing them. And someone says something about ancient Rome. And he goes, ancient Rome? Where are the Romans now? And he goes, you're looking at them.
That's good.
Anyway.
Most Romans for breakfast would have bread, cheese, olive oil, fruit, either fruit juice or well-watered wine. In the winter, they would have what they called, I can't remember the name of the wine, but what they did was it was a sour wine. They would heat it, put water in it, and honey. And they would have that for breakfast. It's a honey. Oh, they hated meat because when they conquered the Celts, they were like, the Celtic guys, that's all they drink. This stuff is like horse piss, And the legions would drink this like vinegar, basically. And I loved it.
But why?
I'm fair with the names.
Okay. I mean,
they could.
You can't make anything taste better than vinegar? Well,
they had a wine called Valerian, and it was a wine that can't even be manufactured today.
Really? Yeah.
And it's a white wine, and it was made in a certain area, and it was supposed to be the greatest wine ever made in the world. Okay. It was only available to the emperor, to the leaders, to you had to have like Crassus kind of money to eat.
I should point out to the audience that
Gladiator.
Yeah. There you go. I should point out to the audience that
I didn't hear you.
I should point out to the audience that Raven has had her head in a bag for about the last 2 minutes. Looks like she's vomiting. Can you confirm the vom there?
She's puffing.
She's what?
Anyway. They ate some good stuff. I mean, they did eat a lot of good stuff.
I just can't imagine eating a pancake that's made out of a little mouse.
Yeah, it wasn't that popular.
Not just one mouse.
Just many mice.
So it's all you can think of is Ratatouille, and that little shit is running around Paris.
1248.
I love that movie.
1248.
I love that movie.
Delete the S word.
The way he was controlling the cook.
Wow.
Yes,
pull up his hair.
I got to get out more.
Bread, regular stuff we would recognize today.
Jocko, with
a lot of beans, lentils.
Raven, that movie made me cry in some places at Ratatouille.
Isn't it a cartoon there, JJ?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep.
I really had a lot of
cheese and beans. I'd be all
for the
set.
mouse.
Yeah, some lentils. Oh,
hey, Black-Eyed Kid, could you save us? Black-Eyed Kid, could you save us, please?
Yeah. Ew. Stop.
Do the eyes. You got to get the contacts. You got to get the contacts.
Hey, Black-Eyed Kid, what do you think about mouse pancakes?
Yummy. In the tummy.
Raven, you didn't mute yourself.
Yeah, she really looked like she was going to vom there for a second. All right, listen. Here we go. Let's get the train back on the track. So, Jocko, you have a few stories that kind of paranormal type stories that happened to you when you were on the job, NYPD, right? Correct?
Yes, sir. I had a few of them, a lot of them, I guess. And then you hear other stories, but
please,
a couple in particular.
Go ahead.
I got a scary one and a funny one.
Let's get a scary
one. First, you said.
Let's go with the scary one.
Scary one? Okay. When I my first precinct I was assigned to was 72nd Precinct, and it was in what we call Sunset Park. It was right along the pier under the BQE and into, it was like 49th Street to 7th Street. I think it was a 6th Street. Can't remember exactly. Like the water to McDonald Avenue, maybe. And in this area, there was a huge cemetery called Greenwood Cemetery. During the Battle of Brooklyn or the Battle of Long Island, Washington had these battles, this running battle through Manhattan into Brooklyn, to Brooklyn Heights. And then he escaped, but that's another story because that's quite paranormal as well. When they went across the harbor, it was the thickest fog ever recorded, that it was so thick they couldn't see their own people in their boats.
Wow.
And they slipped by the British fleet, like right scraping the boats practically. And they were able to go into Jersey and, avoid capture the entire army. But anyway, so it's an area that there's a lot of things that went on, like a whole battalion or whatever of these Marylanders gave their lives to cover them as a rear guard action when they sat there all day and all night kept the fires burning through the whole morning so that the whole group of the army can get across and escape to Jersey. And they stayed there and basically were just, captured or wiped out because they were the rear guard. They held the British off. They thought there was a huge army there. And there wasn't. They got wiped out. But a lot of paranormal stuff in this area because a lot of these kind of battles happened there, during the Revolution. But my partner and I we were two rookies. We did steady midnights, and we were working around the cemetery, drive around, at night. And every night at about 2, 3 in the morning, we'd see this woman, like in this like foggy, because this cemetery is huge, and it would get misty, it was low hanging areas, deep crevices and valleys in this place. It's a beautiful place. A lot of famous people buried there. Mm-hmm. And we could never see her face. And she would walk kind of hunched over. She reminded you of like some European refugee, like from Russia or something. Yes. Or the, parts of beyond the Iron Curtain or what was before that during the war.
Right.
As you always see these pictures, these refugees leaving as the Nazis were, advancing.
Go ahead.
And she wore like boots and had a long coat and had like this babushka thing on her head,
Babushka.
So we used to ask some of the older guys, hey, what's with the old lady? Oh, that's the old lady at the cemetery. I'm like, really? What do you mean? She's been here for years. She doesn't get any older or whatever. I'm like, you kidding me? Anybody ever talk to her? See what the deal is? No, don't talk to her. Don't talk to her. So me and my partner are like, whoa, no, we're not talking to her. Well, one day we see her every single day, and we're like, we got to talk to her. He's like, are you sure? And I'm like, I don't know. If you want to. He's driving. I'm at the passenger side. We finally get up the nerve. We finally get up the hernia surgery ready. We're all excited now, right? We got enough of that, and we're ready to go talk to her. And we just pull the car very slowly and stop. And I called to us, excuse me, ma'am. And she turns around slowly and looks at us, and she starts talking in this language that none of us ever heard and understand.
Whoa.
And like yelling at us in this like Russian dialect or something. The scariest part of the thing was when my partner's leaning over now so we can see out the window, and the streets are deserted, dead. We're by the cemetery. It's just the three of us. It's 3:00 in the morning.
Okay. Wow. Oh, man.
I think about it now. It's scary.
Yes.
When she looked at us, her face to us looked like a television screen, the old black and white screens that, when they would like get that horizontal.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Little interference or whatever.
You had to adjust it like it would be running like a film, like loose.
Yeah.
And we were like, holy, and I'm going, go. And I'm trying to tell it, finally, because he's looking, trying to see. And when he sees her, he's like, oh, my God. And I put my foot across the pedal. Just drive.
Wow.
Man. And we got out of there in a hurry.
Yikes.
And we would see her all the time after that.
Oh, that would
You'd never see her face because she always wore this handkerchief and everything. And she never talked and stopped. Where she was going, what she was doing, I don't know. But she would just make this circuit, all the time.
Wow.
Weirdest thing I think I've ever seen.
That is freaky, dude. You better hit us with the funny one.
She was black and white in a color world.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
Yeah, I feel that way sometimes.
Wasn't her. I don't know. It wasn't a person.
She had a poltergeist TV head.
I'm telling you.
Yes. She had a poke. That's right. They used to call that the horizontal hold. Remember that on TVs? You had to get up and sometimes fix it. So
yeah, right. You had to adjust it. And that's what she looked like. And it was like that color and like the snow. And man, we like went right to the church.
Okay, to the church.
We're both Catholic. We were like making a sign across, like, you think they're open? Let's get in there quick.
Are they open? They're always open.
Don't tell nobody. We're like, don't tell nobody. They told us not to do it. Don't tell nobody.
Oh, that's a funny story, though. So let's hear your funny story. Story. Jocko
scary.
Johnson, NYPD.
One day we were on the way back to the station house. This was later on. I was assigned to another unit, a task force, and we used to turn in. We end the tour about 2:00, and because we'd cover the overlaps of the 4 to 12s, and this way, so they, people say, why don't they rob the banks when the cops are changing shift?
Yes.
We would ask.
I said that to Juan the other day.
So they covered that. But anyway, so we thought of that.
I want to hear that.
Sorry?
Okay.
You don't want to know about that, right?
No, I want to know.
Yeah, well, there you go. So they cover it. Anyway, and we see this guy in a station wagon, no less, and it's got a wooden station wagon.
Yeah, paneling
with the wood on the panels.
Yep.
One of these
It's
old
Woody.
70s things.
Yeah, sure.
And this is in the 80s.
Country Squire.
He's just going along, and he's got more junk in this car that he can't even see out the window. But he's going like 2-3 lights. He just keeps going right through them. We're right behind him.
Wow.
Like, what's this guy, nuts? He's got to be drunk. We're like, oh, man, we're just turning in, and, we're going to have to lock this guy up for being drunk or whatever. He had Pennsylvania license plates.
Figures.
I pull him over. I go to the driver's side. My partner goes to the other side. And I look at this guy, and he's got a baseball hat on, and I could see the foil sticking out from underneath. So I was like, hey, nice hat you got there, sir. What's going on? He's like, well, I got the foil on. He said, you got the foil? I said, no, we don't need it. We got this special ring in our hats that, it's like an antenna. Keeps them away. Oh, you sure? Like, yeah, absolutely. So my partner now goes into his routine, and he's like, doing all this stuff on the other side. I'm trying to be, I can't laugh at this guy's face, I don't think, because he's nuts, number one.
Yes.
It's probably not good to do, and, I don't know. So I'm like, where are you going? Where are you coming from? You're like roaming around at 3 o'clock in the night. Like, you realize you just went to like 3 red lights right behind you. You can't even see out the window. Listen, I'm not under my own control, he says. And I can see he's not drinking because I don't smell any alcohol.
Okay.
And we had a flashlight that had a sniffer on it, and you could put the light in the car, like a mag light kind of size, and it had a little sniffer, and it would tell you if there was alcohol.
Son of a...
then you pull the head.
Wow, talk about top secret. I never knew.
Put your head in there.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, they're not used anymore. They weren't that very accurate, but it was used to, I don't know, they might have threw them out in court or something, but because we were doing this DWI thing anyway, we were cracking down at the time.
Okay.
And then you get the guy out and you have the portable thing and you make them blow, and then we bring them back and have to do the real machine. So he's like, the spacemen, the aliens, they pulled me to come to New York for work. I'm like, really? Where do you live? He goes, in my car. I'm just driving around until I find a job. So how are you going to know? He said, they're going to take me there. They'll tell me where to go and when to do it. Now, I'm crying and I'm busting because my partner is doing like all kinds of dances and he's like, and the nut don't see him because he's looking at me.
Yes.
Excuse me.
The nut.
The emotionally disturbed person.
Yes.
he's just looking at me, this EDP, and I'm like, are we going to call somebody? Are we going to, let me see a license? And he shows he's from Pittsburgh and he's got all his papers. Everything's in order. And I said, you know what, there, whatever his name was, it's in one of my memo books. I said, you need to just like land the aircraft and wait for them to send someone to come get you.
Yes.
Get a hotel room somewhere. I'll tell you where to go. Sleep. And I think what they'll do is appear to you. I'm trying to listen because we're getting transmissions through the antenna. And I take off my hat and I show them because, you have a wire on the 8-point hat that the old pilots used to take out when they put their helmet, their earphones on.
Okay.
And he's like, you think so? Like, yeah, we got it all. We got all this. We're ahead of this. You think you're the only guys that know about that?
Okay.
No. He says, you guys must know. I was like, sure. How do you think we were here? And he's like, oh, thank you. I was like, yeah, go ahead. You take care. And I go easy, drive home, and, get someplace to stay. We told him where there was some hotels, mountain hotels. Off he went on his merry way.
Wow.
We followed him for a little while just to make sure he didn't like jump the curb and drive into somebody's house. And he was good after that. We said, thank God we just, because Sergeant would wait for us because he knew something would always happen to us on the way back, it seemed. And he couldn't leave until everybody was back. And he's like, oh, God, what'd you guys do tonight? Nothing, Sarge, everything's fine. He's like, don't tell me that because on the way out, they're going to find the body somewhere. We're like, no.
Let me out of here.
Hopefully they'll take him with them. So,
hey, black-eyed kid. But
this UFO guy, man, Pittsburgh to Brooklyn to look for a job, man.
Wow.
They told him he was here from.
He's mixed up.
Tinfoil hat and everything.
Hey,
those UFO guys are really helpful.
Black-eyed kid. Have you ever been arrested?
No. I've arrested other people, though.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Like in cardiac arrest?
Yeah.
I've initiated Yes, I've initiated it.
Hey, black-eyed kid, I heard you broke up with your girlfriend, so you're out there, right? You're out there?
Yeah. I'm Craven Raven.
You're craving Raven. Ooh, there's a T-shirt.
Do you have like a online dating website, like an app for black-eyed kids?
People.
Yes, I tried black-eyed kids for vids.
I didn't hear that, did you?
No.
Okay.
Say it again, black-eyed.
Black-eyed kid, say it again, please.
I said, no, just kidding.
That's Black-Eyed Kid's father.
What a show. Yeah.
Black-Eyed
Dad.
I'm just going to do that. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So,
Black-eyed kids for vids, baby.
okay. All right. Still didn't get it, but we'll move on. So, wow, Jocko, interesting. So how many, not that we'll do them tonight, but we'll do another show on this. How many paranormal stories do you have from your career?
I have at least 2 others.
Really, yeah?
Some funny ones.
Jesus.
Wow, okay. Well,
that I experienced personally,
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, I as I told you, I have another friend who was on the NYPD for about 20 years or so, and he's never told me paranormal stories, but he's told me very odd,
a lot of things like
human oddity stories, I mean, like really crazy stuff.
I got the one I have is something like that, and it's just to this day I can't figure it out. It's quick, it's on midday.
Okay, go ahead. Why not?
Yes. We get a call about a fire, a smoke in a house. And so we're not far. We take the call. It's in our sector. We go up there. We knock on the door. It's again in the middle of the night. And this little woman comes out, this Spanish lady, and she's the landlord. She lived on the first floor of like a 3-story home with 3 apartments. And, he said, hey, we're in uniform. So we got a call that there was a fire or something. And I could smell something like burning, like it smelled like wires, electrical thing.
Okay.
So she's like, oh, I didn't call nobody. I don't know. But it does. I could smell something. It's an outsider in the house. So I don't know. Are you tenants home? You want us to go check and walk around, check, make sure everything's okay? She says, yeah. So we call on the radio. We tell fire department, don't wake up and come over because they're only a pain in the butt anyway.
Don't wake up. Go ahead.
And they'd start ripping the place apart, They'd start ripping the house apart.
Yep.
And we go upstairs, we knock on the door, and these people wake up, but we could see the house is like there's smoke everywhere in the hallway up there. And this younger white woman gets up, and then the other lady had to be like in the 70s. This woman was probably in her 40s.
Go ahead.
And she had young children in the house, and they were all sleeping. And she had a young daughter and a couple other kids in bed. The younger ones were asleep. And we said, hey, you got something burning in here. She's like, what? We hear this noise, this whistling. We can't figure it out. We search every room. In the bathroom is a basket, and she has a hairdryer. The hairdryer is on, and it's so hot that the plastic in the front is melted. And what it has usually is just like pieces of like asbestos and wrapped around it are these coils like in your toaster.
Sure,
and the fan blows through that hot stuff.
Yes.
Well, it's melted. It's red hot. It's glowing in the dark. So we're like, holy cow, you must have left this on. She's like, nobody left this on. My daughter didn't even do her hair since she did it this morning when she went to work. I'm like, oh, really? So my partner's like, well, where's the plug? Pull it out. Let's pull it out. Because we couldn't touch it. It was too hot.
Yep.
And it should have a, the cutoff switch in there, the GFI switch.
Yep.
But we look, the plug isn't in the wall.
Wow.
We just looked at each other and we said, are there batteries in this thing? And she's like, oh, I don't know. My daughter, she didn't speak such good English.
Yes.
And we were like, whoa. So I said to her, we called the central office, radio. We're like, Central, who, you have a number, who called this in? Because at that time we had it before anybody else did. And they located it and they looked and they said, the number came from a phone booth, but we don't have the number or location. And that's impossible.
Wow.
But somehow somebody sent us there to save these people's lives.
Sounds like phone calls from the dead.
That's creepy.
I'm telling you, it was, and we woke the girl up and we were talking to her, and she was cute too. She got out of bed.
Whoa, a little side. Okay, yeah.
And everybody, we were.
Good thing you saved
single. My partner and I both single, and we looked and we were like, "Wow, this was like."
That's freaky.
I mean, you shake your head. And to this day, I can see it, and it's just something that I just have no idea what happened.
Wow. Raven, what do you think about that? Is your hair dryer on batteries? Okay.
No.
I don't think they come with it. Not that hot.
Yeah, I don't use a hairdryer.
I almost said something
else. We took it and stuck in the toilet to put it out.
They would have to be big batteries.
Crazy.
Oh man!
That was either somebody that was trying to I feel like it was somebody that was trying to get a message across from the other side, or somebody that was no, screw you, you wronged me, and I don't know. How do you explain that?
You're gonna die.
In those days, we didn't really do any of this paranormal. Nobody was into this kind of stuff, And I used to wear a shirt under my my vest, and it had Superman shirt, and a Superman thing on it.
Really?
And we're so somebody said the good guys, but man, can't figure it out.
You wore a Superman shirt under your police uniform?
Well, it had a decal, like a shirt, a T-shirt.
Yeah, but it was the Superman. Yeah, okay. Well,
how Clark Kent used to rip it off and
Well, we did a protest at the UN one day, an anti-nuke day rally.
Go ahead.
And somebody had bought T-shirts for all of us, and there were these They Glow orange shirts, and big mushroom clown said, "Nuke them till they glow." If they ever saw those things, man, they probably would have flipped, but we all had them on.
So you were counter-protesting, in other words.
I guess, but we were just locking them up in front of South African mission of all places.
Hey, Marc Zappulla, famous author. Let me talk to you for a second.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about our project before we go to commercial break?
Let's do that.
Okay.
Our project?
Yes.
I would like to hear about it.
Yes.
Yeah, I would love to talk about our project. Yeah.
Our project.
True crime.
True crime book is the title of it for now. We've got in touch with this former criminal who has quite a number of stories, kind of like Jocko. And we're going to put this in a book, and it's going to come out a year from July, I think. So next July, yeah.
July, okay.
Yeah. So
what type of criminal, Marc? What are we looking at? What is it about? Can you talk about?
Small time.
Run-of-the-mill thief? Was you a mafia guy? Or?
Small time.
Yeah, small time. I guess true.
But funny.
True petty crime.
Yep.
Basically, everything he touches
like a John Dortmunder. A John Dortmunder.
Say that on the air?
Yes.
John Dortmunder.
The name of the book, the working title is How to Get Rid of a Body and Not Get Caught.
What is the working title?
How to Get Rid of a Body and Not Get Caught. Yes, that's it. Okay. And what you do is you wrap them up.
I think that should stick. And
yeah, straightforward.
You wrap them up in chain link fence, and then you dump them at sea. And then the holes are enough for the crabs to go in and eat the body, but the body will never come to the surface.
I like it.
There you go. That's our first chapter.
Very clever.
Eat that?
So they have crabs?
Whoa. Yes.
Every body has crabs, yeah.
Yeah. Is that the next?
That sucks.
That's next. So anyway.
That's the next working title. Everybody has crabs, yeah.
It's the second book.
Listen, I'm excited about this book. I know it's going to kick ass. I know it's going to be great.
It's going to be funny to do.
It's going to be funny. Yeah, it's funny. It's real. It's true. It's like
the stories are funny, and one of the stories is how not to torch a car. Okay, where I grew up, I knew people that was their little side business.
It was a side hustle.
This is like an anti-self-help book, essentially.
Yeah, right.
This is how to not help yourself.
It depends how you look at it. It could be a self-help book, to be honest with you.
Actually, yeah.
Don't do this.
Depends how you look at it.
Yeah, reverse psychology, the whole thing.
But what he found out was this is, he get paid to torch this guy's car, which is something they used to do way back when for insurance and everything. That I've been told. I don't know anything about it, really. Anyway, so he gets a 5-gallon can of gasoline and spreads it all in the inside and leaves a crack this in the window. And his idea is he's going to throw, I think, a firecracker in there or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he does that. Next thing you know, he's blown 30 feet, back into a tree. All right. Because that isn't how you do it. Okay, so they tell me what you do is you leave all the windows down, you stay back 30 feet, and you throw like a Molotov cocktail in it.
Yeah.
And then, so anyway, he blew all his clothes off him and all his hair, and then he goes down, and his wheelman sees what happened, and the wheelman takes off. He leaves him on the highway, and he's, oh, wow, yeah. Okay.
They say, the gas, you can throw a match in a puddle of gas. It won't burn. It puts the match out.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fumes.
It's the fumes. Right.
So, that's why he got blown away.
And the fumes accumulate.
Thank God he did get blown away.
Yeah.
It's a good story for us.
Yeah. How not to do it.
Did he lose his shoes? Did he get blown out of his shoes?
Probably. Yeah, he got blown out of
Ask him. Because every time you see a guy get hit.
The only time he ever got blown out.
He gets blown out of his shoes. We always just found his shoes.
Oh, baby.
Wow.
I just wanted to throw a quick tally in on the show.
Go.
Hair now has taken the lead over Will Smith as the most mentioned part of the show tonight.
Hair? Okay. Interesting.
Hair. We have talked about hair. We have talked about hair pieces, weaves, hair dryers.
Systems.
Hair systems.
Systems is my favorite. I just want to mention that.
Krabs is looking on the outside. It might continue because there seems to be a lot of play on Krabs. Black-Eyed Kid really lit up on Krabs.
I'm glad nobody's realized my hair system because this whole thing.
Hair is now taking a commanding lead. Thank you, Raven.
Wait a minute. We can't see it. You got a hat off.
What's the hair system?
What's going to happen if your hat comes off?
The hat comes off
with the hair.
It's like Britney 2007. So
she went
that
for
comes off, the whole thing goes.
That means she went for the cheapest system. She just got the Velcro without the snaps. Snaps are
if you're like, hey, I'm really cute, you took your hat off and you were Benjamin Franklin, then we'd be like, oh.
I mean, Ben Franklin was adorable, though.
Oh, good. I'm glad you
He had that whole, like, his underwear was like strapped to his socks. He had that whole thing going on.
What?
I mean,
because I've been told
Raven loves her Benjamin.
Come on.
All the girls loved him.
Let me jot this down. Hold on for you.
Okay. I've been told
that he was strapped to his socks.
Oh, he had like the underwear that was strapped to his socks, right? No?
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
His hand up. Black-Eyed Kid's got his hand up. We should go on Black-Eyed Kid.
Black-Eyed Kid.
That was a thing.
Why, what do you use? How do you keep your underwear on, Black-Eyed Kid? Do you use straps?
Oh, gosh.
Black-Eyed Kid.
Clothespin.
Black-Eyed Kid.
I use clothespins.
Clothespins. So
Black-Eyed Kids are straight from hell. They don't even need underwear.
Franklin spent a lot of time in France. God knows what
here we
did
go.
over there in the 1700s.
Right.
I mean, look at how they dress.
Oh, wait. It wasn't on their... They had the things that clipped to their calves. Remember? They pulled them up over their calves, and then they clipped to their socks. I thought it was their underwear.
No, I knew that.
Phew. It's okay. All right, that's worried there.
Okay.
Black-Eyed Kid still does use clothespins on his underwear when he does wear underwear.
Is that true? Yeah. Okay. All right. Black-Eyed Kid must be in taking a leak. So anyway, why don't we do this? Why don't we take a commercial break now and regroup? And we'll be right back after this. You're listening to Mack Maloney's Military Lifestyle Show here on Cop Appreciation Day. How about that, Jocko?
What is it?
Cop Appreciation Day.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay.
I'm sure everybody is happy about that.
You won't get shot or beaten tonight.
Is that an official holiday?
We don't do anything. That's just such a... Somebody started this room.
Yes, I know. Right. Anyway, why don't we do this? We'll take an ad now, and we'll be right back after this. You're listening to Mack Maloney's Military Lifestyle Show here on the Distant Thunder Radio Network.
UFOs are found in Renaissance art, on ancient coins, and etched on cave walls. They are even reported in the Bible. But more surprising is when UFOs are seen the most, in times of war. Through centuries, thousands of UFO sightings have been made by high-ranking officials, military pilots, and ordinary soldiers. Often, these fantastic appearances occur at the height of great battles. From World War I to D-Day, to Korea, Vietnam, and beyond, military investigators are baffled. Why do UFO sightings spike so drastically during wartime? Could it be mistaken aircraft, or is someone, or something, looking in on us? In UFOs in Wartime, What They Didn't Want You to Know, Mack Maloney chronicles centuries of these incredible sightings and tries to solve the puzzle of why so many UFOs are seen while humanity is at war. Read about the scare ships, the ghost planes, and the ghost rockets, alien giants in the jungles of Vietnam, UFOs controlling our ICBM bases, dogfights with flying saucers during the Gulf War, and more. 300 pages of unbelievable stories, along with many startling photographs. That's UFOs in Wartime, What They Didn't Want You to Know, by Mack Maloney. On sale at your local bookstore or on Amazon.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Mack Maloney's Military X-Files show here on the Distant Thunder Radio Network. This is Macaroni Wow, What a Show. We have for you tonight Cop Appreciation Night because one of our special guests is a policeman. But first of all, girls, Juan is here.
Hello, Mac. Hello, girls and guys and all ships at sea. Welcome back to the show.
And
we've been having fun so far. Hope they've been around.
Are they halfway through the box of wipes and a third of the way through?
At least. But, it varies from week to week.
Does it really?
Yeah, I've been told.
You've been told. Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad someone had to tell you. Okay. Yeah, but because, you told me.
Sometimes I have to amp up my game a little bit more,
When you told me to.
Turn it up to 11 once in a while.
That we should now say get the extra big pack of wipes because we used to say the medium pack.
That's right. No,
right.
You got to have those just in case.
Just in case?
An overflow.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
48 minutes left. Coco, up there in the great state of Maine. Coco, how you doing? Commander Coco.
On the wing, Mac, having a great time.
Is all the snow gone yet up there?
Yes, all the snow is gone. All the goats and sheep have been wormed. They're happy. Horses are, the girls are in heat, so everything is just about on time.
Oh, my God, really?
That's all we need to know. Good night, everyone. Switchblade Steve Ward up there in Battle Creek, Michigan. Switchy, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good considering.
Okay, good. Considering what? You're on the show?
Considering he had no breakfast.
Oh. He looks a little weird.
I move kind of slow.
Okay. That's all right.
Moving a little slow at the junction.
Right.
It's hernia.
Okay. I got to cut that out every time we say it. But anyway, who's okay? Very famous author, Marc Zappulla. Marc, how you doing?
Fantastic, Mac. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Good to see you, Marc.
Great. By the minute. I'm getting happier by the minute over here. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. We don't either. I'm going to just say one thing about Marc, and then we got to move on.
Just tell everybody where you can get his books. And
that on Amazon and all that stuff. Raven, please block your ears. Marc is the only writer I know who has groupies and gets laid because of that. Yes. True or false?
Is that true, Marc?
No. Okay. Yeah. He's saying true. He's indicating true. Let's move on.
Well, good for him.
Write a book. It's a great life. It's a great life.
Yeah.
Right, Mac?
Why are you asking me? Wow. I didn't think that came. I never saw that in a contract till I saw your contract. Women must be provided. Anyway. Raven, you can't block your ears now.
No, don't block him.
Okay.
It's a big girl.
Jocko Johnson. Jocko.
Yes, sir.
Don't say that ever to a girl. Don't ever say that to a girl. She's a big girl. Because they always take it the wrong way. Take it from
No, they don't.
NYPD. I feel like I just introduced you, but let's do it again. Okay? Everything good with you?
Absolutely great.
Okay. All right. Phil Yebba. Phil Yebba, the voice of Black Eyed Kid and many other celebrities, and he's got his bun tonight. Phil, how you doing?
I'm all right, thank you, Master Wayne.
Listen, do you go outside like that?
I go to work like that.
Do you go to work? Aren't you like a school psychologist or something?
Some sort of school counselor, yes.
Yeah, really.
All right, see, that's perfect luck for
Talk about paranormal.
Yeah, love it.
All right, listen. Also joining us tonight, have I introduced everyone but Vic? Did I introduce you, Raven?
No, you didn't.
Okay, Raven, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm good. I thought you were gonna foo-foo me.
No. Listen, let me tell you something. I'd love to foo-foo you. Hold on. Now you come.
What time is that?
Now you're laughing at the jokes? Okay.
Keep it.
All right, listen. Our special guest has sat through this entire thing. Vic the Wop. Vic, come on. Let's please vote Vic. And we will sweeten that up. We'll sweeten that up, dear Vic.
Pleasure to be here with
Vic
you guys.
rules.
I love you all. You guys are good. You're good people.
Good people. Listen, Vic.
We love you too, Vic.
I got to tell you something. Matt,
Yes, go.
I got to tell you something.
Yes.
Did you know I used to be a police officer?
Really?
Really? Yes. Really?
Hey, Vic,
And as soon as you said,
Vic,
yeah,
I'm glad you brought that up because for a moment you sounded like somebody in one of Jocko's stories before you joined on the program and you told us you were a police officer.
Now listen.
So thanks for clearing that up early.
Wow,
Yeah,
what does that mean?
Where were you a cop? In Mayberry?
he turned me. They turned me.
Oh, they told you. Okay.
They turned me.
Right.
No, actually, I was a police officer in Maryland for a couple of years, right out of college.
Uh-huh.
So when you said it's officer appreciation, I'm all for that.
Mm-hmm.
God bless you, officers.
Right.
Can you name the city? Montgomery County? Where was it?
Ocean City.
Ocean City.
Great job in Montgomery County.
Wow. So how many hippies did you beat up when you run?
Sorry?
How many hippies did?
Lotion
Never
City.
mind.
Is that different?
Okay, look. So listen, Vic stars as Captain
Trying
Kirk.
to get a handle on Lotion City.
Oh. Did you just call it Lotion City?
Motion City? Let's write that down. That's copyright.
I did.
Okay, good. Vic.
Lotion City.
Vic also used to sing.
Get a handle on your vacation. Come to Lotion City.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, 42 minutes left. Listen.
Precision. Commander
Vic.
Cobra tonight with precision.
Vic.
That's all I have to say.
He's my backup. He is.
Vic the Wop.
I'm everybody's wingman. I'm everyone's favorite wingman.
I'm right here. I'm right here, Mac.
That's also
Mac.
copyrighted there, CC. All right, Vic the Wop plays Captain Kirk in the YouTube series Star Trek Returns, right?
Star Trek continues.
Okay.
That's it.
And what you do is when you go and watch, I'm going to say 3 episodes, and then you kind of get it. They have the
Vic,
same
you should have
sets.
said beam me up at that point. I mean, that was like, I was there. I was.
Okay. Well, I hold back. But they have the music, they have the sets, they have the costumes. They just have the look and the sound and the feel of the original show. And what they do is they fill the gap between the end of the original show, which was kind of canceled by NBC, one of the worst decisions ever in the history of television, and they bring it all the way up to when the movie started, almost 10 years later. Really good show, Vic. And Vic plays Captain Kirk, and what's his name?
Bill Shatner.
Bill Shatner, yes, right. So, Vic, how are you doing?
Bill Shatner. I love Bill Shatner.
That was good.
Hey, Phil Yebba, can you do any Star Trek character at all? How about the Wookiee? Can you do him?
That's
Star Wars.
That's Star Wars.
Okay.
You don't have the power.
Vic.
That's all I can do.
Oh, let's hear it again. Oh, yeah.
Chewbacca.
You were the best Chewbacca, Marc.
The matter, antimatter. Right?
Yeah, I do more Star Wars stuff.
Now, listen. The guy who... I know this friend of ours who was in college probably doesn't want to mention his name, but what they used to do, and I saw this in action, they used to sit around and watch, like Star Trek reruns used to be on like at 4 in the afternoon and stuff.
Yeah, around supper time, yeah.
Right. Channel 38, I think, maybe on them. And they would sit around, they'd have 5 or 6 phrases that if they said them in the show, you had to take a drink. I'm sure you've heard of these, right? And one of them is, he's dead, Jim. Okay?
Yeah.
Right? And the other one was, the transport is not working. Freaking thing is always breaking stuff.
A lot of alcoholics were made that way.
That's right. That's why I'm not mentioning his name.
Cheers.
Well, tonight, the word for tonight should have been hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, hey, okay.
What?
Yeah.
Tonight's secret word is hair.
And look
Say
at
the
Vic's
secret
hair.
word
Look
and
at
win
Vic's
$100.
Vic's
No,
luscious
Vic's hair is
mane.
perfect.
I mean,
Yeah.
that guy is got it all going on in the hair.
Yeah.
The hair is dreamy.
Perfectly coiffed for war.
It's
You guys
dreamy.
making fun of me.
No. Oh, look at that hair. No, listen.
Beautiful.
That
Wow.
song, like
Yikes.
Stacey's mom. It's
So,
like,
Vic, listen, now, how long have you been an
His
actor?
mom has got it going
yes,
on.
but that's about you.
Is that Lacey's mom?
Okay, listen.
How did you know I was Stacy's mom, Raven?
You're Stacey. Shut up.
Hang on,
Good
stop.
lucky guess.
Friggin' Vic.
I don't believe this.
Wow.
I can never get rid of my past. I can never escape the mistakes I made.
Vic, let me ask you something. How old are you? You went to college. You were a cop. I know that you were in Star Trek. You know,
Well, let's play that game.
Okay.
How old am
I'm going to say he's.
Well, all that stuff he's been doing, he must be about 50, but he can't.
No.
You look like you're 28.
Yeah, I was going to
I?
say.
Hey, you should be the host of this show, Raven. You should have your own
What?
show.
What?
Call it Stacy's
Jocko.
Mom Show.
Jocko.
Got it going on.
Vic needs a talking to, Jocko.
iHeartRadio.
Jocko.
There you go.
Vic needs a talking to. Jocko, turn on your mic so he'll be more intimidated. Jocko, buddy.
Okay, so
Here he is. Jocko.
Yes, sir. What do you need, Mac? Anything. You tell me.
Vic needs a talking to.
Yeah, what?
Vic needs a talking to because he just said Raven should be the head of the show, the main star of the show. So can you look him up and
Do you want the talking to done now or like later when he's coming out of the driveway? You know,
out of the driveway?
the parking lot or something like that.
Right.
yeah, I just want to say, I live in Texas. I got a 9mm
Yes.
magnet
That's
right
all?
on.
That's
right
all?
on
Is that
the-
all you got?
No. That's the one in
There's no
the
such thing as
car.
a 9 Mac.
That's
Come
the
on.
one in the car. And
Yes.
It'll ruin someone's day. I guarantee you, my friend.
That's a squirt gun.
You showed the grenade.
That's the driveway.
Mac, you missed it. I showed him a grenade.
Oh, really?
To light a car on fire. Just roll it under the car.
Wow.
I thought that was a pineapple that wasn't ripe yet.
Oh. Now we're back at Vincent Price.
Right,
Listen.
Hey, Matt.
I love you,
Yes.
dude. I wouldn't touch you.
I love
Unless
you,
Mac,
bro.
Unless
I love
Mac
you, bro.
told me to.
Yes.
Hey, Matt.
Vic the Wop. Yes.
Yes.
So, Matt,
Unless Mac gave me the orders.
what's your guess on the age, Matt?
I'm going to say, only because I know that you've done a lot of things, I'm going to say, and I don't want to insult you, but probably 41 or 42.
Yikes.
No.
No?
36.
Is it 30? Wait.
30s, late 20s, maybe 32.
Yeah, but I know he's done a lot of stuff, so I know that he's been in the
36.
biz for a
He's
while.
got to be older than that. He's done
obviously
some-
What's the
37.
over-under? Over-under is 36?
He looks like 30, but I think he's about 50.
Okay. Hey, Raven, what do you think?
I'm on the Price is Right.
Let's. All right.
Da-da-da,
Raven, please.
da-da-da.
Can I run down my steps and get Billy?
I said you look like you're 28.
But I'm not. And you make sure you get those eyes checked out.
Whoa.
I mean, I feel like you look like you're 28. I feel like I look like I'm 50. But
God bless
maybe I
you.
do need
Yeah.
my eyes checked.
Yeah, you look like you're
Raven looks
18.
21.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vic, you-
Raven looks like
So-
she's in high school, for crying out loud.
Right.
What I'm noticing is Switch having you behind him.
Oh, yeah, look at he looks like he's.
He looks like he's surprised.
We just found out how old he is. That guy turned 90 the other day. William
the
Shatner
hernia behind
turned
him.
friggin' 90. And he's
Okay,
still in.
so do you want to know the answer?
Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're dying to know.
I'm 58.
You are
wow.
friggin' way. What year were you born?
Get out.
What year were you born in?
You're almost
August
with me up there.
August 27, 1962.
I don't know, for real.
Wow.
Leo, me too.
You are, no, you're
No, I'm
not.
a Virgo.
He's a virgin? He's a virgin
I
too?
don't look like you.
Oh, virgin.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't
Wow.
know.
Wow. Vic,
how old are you?
damn.
No, yeah. How old are you? Come on.
No, because he
Believe
knows
me,
the.
I would love to be.
Time to be
I would
polygraph.
love to be any of the numbers you said.
Well, yeah.
Stop it.
Wow.
See, that's what flying in space does to you. It makes you young.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
The,
You come back from the future?
the anti-gravity makes me look young.
Well, Phil Yebba, thank you. No, I'm sorry. That was
There it
fake.
is. There, what is that?
All right, we're looking. What is this?
Italy? I see-
Italy.
I just saw the only important word, Italy.
Yeah.
Hot sauce.
Hot.
You must drink a lot of olive
It's
oil.
Little
for real.
Italy in the Bronx.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
my
Oh, that's what that
Gravy.
stuff
They
is.
make a lot of flavors, but this is the best.
What is that? What is that?
Spaghetti sauce.
I can't.
Gravy.
Wow.
Gravy.
We were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, here's the thing, though, and I really don't want to get down this road, but I know people who have been to, all those Italian eateries in Brooklyn and all that jazz. But the Boston's North End probably has just
very good food.
Restaurant for restaurant. It's like you can't go there and have a bad meal. I don't think I've ever been there where it's the food hasn't just been good, you know?
It really feels like you're in the home country.
Yeah.
I feel like that we're talking to Benjamin Button. Like, you are amazingly young looking.
Handsome. Go ahead. You don't know what you want to say it. Handsome.
We're talking about
am I being recorded?
Yes.
Very kind.
Well, he's dreamy. He looks dreamy. Well, you know, I'll come out and say it. Okay. I thought we were talking about the North End. But anyway, North End.
The guy with the mirror. What's his name?
Hey, can I say something to Jocko?
Please. Yes,
sir.
Vic the Wop.
Hey, Jocko, are you in the New York City, New Jersey area?
No, sir.
They had to relocate.
Yep. Okay.
The
reason I ask is because I just booked a couple of event appearances up in that
to
area. I don't know where all you guys are from.
He needs
but
a bodyguard.
A lot of event appearances. It'd be great to meet all of you somewhere.
Well, I'm south of the Mason-Dixon.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You coming to Boston?
North.
Vic?
You come to Boston.
Boston's unknown.
Are you?
I'm sorry?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you guys. Somebody say me or?
Jocko Mason-Dixon.
Right. Are you coming to Boston? Vic the Wop, are you coming to Boston anytime soon?
I'm actually, let me just tell you, this weekend I'm going to be doing a signing event in Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Okay. Yeah,
and
nice.
The following weekend.
Getting close.
And then the following weekend, and by the way, you're all invited to what I'm about to tell you. The following weekend, we are doing an open house giving tours of our Star Trek studio.
Oh, cool.
Now, let me tell you something, guys.
Where is it?
You have not lived until you have walked through the original.
Can we open the door?
Yes.
Vic, how do they find out? How can they find out information about that?
Here it is. Here it comes. NeutralZoneStudios.com.
Where is it?
Write it down.
Georgia.
NeutralZoneStudios.com. Our studio where we shot our entire series. We built a complete replica of the original soundstage. It's like stepping into a dream, you guys.
Yeah, it's kind of
every weekend, every month, one weekend a month, I fly down there and give tours. And we have people sign up and we give tours like every hour and a half. We give 15, 20, 25 people a tour of the studio. They can sit in the captain's chair, step up on the transporter, take photos.
Where is it, though, Vic?
You fly into Jacksonville, Florida. But the studio is in Kingsland, Georgia.
Yes.
Okay, now I probably can't
Hollywood
go
East.
there. I don't travel too well.
Oh, my God, that's you right there.
I got busted up.
Yeah, that's me.
There he is.
But
Yeah,
I
right
know
there.
some guys that they
That's
would
so
love
cool.
to go there, man.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you. Hey, Jocko, let me tell you. You let anybody know that it has any affinity for Star Trek.
I will.
Stepping into these sets is like stepping back in time. I have watched people burst into tears. I've watched them just
I'm about to now.
in amazement. Like it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's
When
free.
are you going to be there?
I'm there May 22 and 23.
Okay. Let me ask a question.
Let
me ask a question of the youngest person in the room. Phil, what do you? No, only kidding. Raven.
Yes.
Raven, do you don't like? I mean, do you like Star Wars? Star Wars is cool, right?
I like Star Wars. I was raised on Star Trek, but I was always more of a fan of Star Wars.
Okay.
But
Sorry, Vic.
I do feel like it's really interesting that they've done what they've done with the show, because I remember watching it as a kid and it kind of just went like, and that was it. And
It's
so
the original series, though.
I know, but
Vic, were you?
and no,
Ricky
you know,
Bobo?
okay, born August 27th, 1962. This is not for real.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, Vic.
Believe me, I wish it weren't.
How do you do it? I mean, how do you do it?
I feel
You sold your soul to the devil.
Yes.
I feel a heck
Good for you.
He's the one.
It's okay if you did. It's okay if you do. We just want to know.
I am all for that.
He promised me he'd give it back.
Oh, okay. See what happens.
He's Kirk's evil twin from the enemy within.
Vic, were you raised on both, like Star Trek versus Star Wars growing up?
Yeah. I wanted to say something about that if I could.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I always have to laugh. I always have to laugh a little bit when somebody goes, "So Star Trek or Star Wars?" Well, here's the point: it doesn't have to be one or the other. They're not mutually exclusive. In fact, they're completely different.
They're two different things. Yeah.
Star Trek if you guys are all grown-ups, you know what Trek means. A Trek is a journey.
Yes.
Star Trek is a journey. Star Wars are about battles and fighting.
Yep.
And Star Trek is a journey through space.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I loved Star Trek when I was a little boy. And when I was 16 years old, Star Wars came out, and I was blown away.
Yep.
I would build lightsaber replicas. I dressed up as Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I love Star Wars. It's just that Star Trek was my first love.
When Star Wars came out,
I love them both.
When Star Wars came out, I was in film school one. Okay,
really,
and so that's.
Did you already hate the director in that one?
Yes, QT. But they actually they actually gave us as an assignment, as a school assignment, to go and see Star Wars and do some report or whatever. Because when Star Wars came out, it was just so different. And so, I mean, he took a lot from the 1930s sci-fi serials and stuff, but just the way that it moved, it probably now it doesn't look that way, but back then that movie moved like crazy, and the editing in it was really well done. And it's a story, and it's quick, and everyone understands it. The good guys, the bad guys. But and the effects are great. And when he sold that movie, he had not put together the special effects of the dog fights that they had with the meta, fighters or whatever they were, the X fighters. So what he did is he cut in real footage of World War I airplanes dogfighting each other. And he just said, it's going to look like this. Yep. And they said, bada bing. Okay. And that's how the movie got made. Now that guy's
a multi-billionaire.
Yes.
Hey, Mac, let me tell you something else, too, that a lot of people don't know. Star Trek became so popular in syndication and reruns after it was canceled that they were planning to make a second television series called Star Trek Phase 2. Oh. And they were this close when Star Wars was released. And it was literally the popularity of Star Wars that made Paramount decide to release Star Trek the Motion Picture.
Right.
They scrapped the TV series idea and started making motion pictures.
Well, let me ask you this, though. Let me ask this real quick. If they had done a second TV series, okay, I mean, would it have been any good?
Well, you can hope so. Yeah. I mean, we don't. Who knows?
Who would have been in it? If they were so close, was Shatner and that whole crew going to be in it?
It was all the original characters.
Wow, that's wow. That's...
And, in fact, you know what? You can look it up. There are costume designs, phaser designs, and they, like I said, they were this close. I mean, they were getting ready to drop the hammer on the reboot of the series. When Star Wars came out, and it was such a success, they decided to switch to movies.
What was Shatner doing then? Was he doing B.J. Cooper? What was the name of that?
B.J. Hooker.
Yeah, okay. You know what he used to do in every single episode? He used to slide across the hood of the car. You know what I mean? He'd be chasing something, he'd slide across the hood. Okay.
Hey, you know what? Shatner is a man's man, and he will look for those kind of physical stunts any chance he can.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he would do. Right. So listen,
I got a question for Vic.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, man.
Switchy.
Okay. What do you think about the original Flash Gordon serials with Buster Crabbe?
Oh, my God.
Wow.
That takes me back.
He's not that old. He's not that old.
I love those things.
Yeah, they're cool. Right.
I think the thing that I remember most was how the spaceships looked like they had taped a firecracker to the back.
With a little smoke coming out of it.
Remember the noise?
Shooting out sparks. Like.
I got to tell.
The noise the spaceship made?
Yeah. Yeah. I got to tell the story real quick, okay? Only because Marc Zappulla, famous author, is with us. All right. So years and years ago, let me see if I get this right. Yep. Years and years ago, someone came to me and said, they're talking about, we want a different kind of science fiction book. What do you want to do? What ideas do you have? So I said, well, listen, you know the science fiction guy from the 30s, and he used to go to all different planets, and he would save everyone's life and everything. And they go, yeah, Flash Gordon. I said, Flash Gordon has never been made into a series of books. Okay, it's been a movie. Yeah. It's been, but it's never been like a paperback series. They said, that's great. Write it up. Okay, so I write it up. And we had to go to King Syndicate. I don't know if you've ever dealt with King Syndicate. They're the people who own the rights to Flash Gordon. And the secretary would not give me the number of the person she worked with. I mean, we can't give out that number. But I got to talk to them. No, okay. So anyway, I jumped over hoops to try to get this done. And it got to the point where King Syndicate was saying to me, and I knew the guy who was actually doing the comic strip still in the newspapers, and his name was Jim Keefe. And they said, we'll let you do it, but whatever advance you get, you have to give it to us as a licensing fee. So it was like, hey, Vic, you know what this means? I know what Jocko means. I am manipulating my elbow. Okay. So get this. So the thing falls apart after like 6 months of work, right? But a year later, I'm telling someone the story, and I said, I thought it'd be cool. They'd go to different planets. They'd hit, Flash Gordon. He goes, wait a minute, Flash Gordon? Flash Gordon went to one planet, and it was,
Yeah, what's so special about him anyway?
Mongo.
Yeah, I was thinking of Buck Rogers.
He went to Mars too.
But I was thinking of Buck Rogers the whole time. Okay.
Buck Rogers.
That was 4 minutes. Okay, well, so listen. All right, Vic, let's get back. Now, let me ask Jocko something. I'm interested in Jocko for a second. Then I'm going to ask Coco. I know Coco's answer. Jocko, did you watch Star Trek as a kid? Now, you're only 38, so was it around?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Yep, okay.
I think I was in my crib.
You're in the crib, okay. All right, good for you. Coco, did you watch Star Trek? I could see you as a Star Trek guy.
I did. I was 1 year older than Vic, born a year before Vic. I look it.
Yes.
And I saw the show live. And my two things about that show that always impressed me. To me, I think it's between that and X-Files, two of the best programs I ever watched. I love both of them. But was, of course, Spock's ears, because I didn't understand the whole Vulcan ear thing.
Go ahead.
That completely threw me off. And, of course, I thought
Go ahead.
James T. Kirk was the coolest dude around. So
absolutely, he was like my father figure.
Yes.
When I was little, my parents had divorced and my dad was gone, and there was this hero on that show that I just loved. Hey, now I don't know. Let me say something, Mac. I don't know how many of you guys have seen our series yet.
Yes, a lot of us have, but go ahead.
I assume that some of you have not.
Go ahead.
A couple of you may not have. Well, let me just say, Mac said stuff about the costumes and the props and the lighting and the music.
Yes.
But more than any of that, it's the storytelling.
Yes.
The original Star Trek series was known for the type of morality plays and ethical topics it would take on and social issues.
Yes.
And when I started Star Trek Continues, my goal, I set a bar very high, and that was to tell those kinds of stories. And we did that. And if you've not seen the series, please go check it out. And more than that, if you can make it down to see our studio, I tell you, you'll feel like you're 10 years old again.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's like walking into a TV show.
Right.
Vic,
and I would love to share it with you guys.
Vic, you guys have got one of the, I think, the most rare. I don't even know what the term is in the industry, because it's not a sequel. It's a continuum in a way that I don't know how the heck else to describe it, because you guys picked it up. And you picked it up in a way that it doesn't feel the least bit uncomfortable or doesn't fit. It really fits.
No, it fits perfectly.
First quality storytelling. I mean, it's great that you have the original sets and all that part of it. That adds a certain level of comfort to anybody who's my age.
It looks it. It looks it. It looks like the original.
What you guys really brought on is you continued that same storyline. And I mean, that's why it's worth watching.
Thank you.
Hey, Phil Yebba.
You know what? A lot of people want to talk about the sets.
Yes.
Oh, how do you build the sets? The sets are so accurate. Well, you know what I like to tell people when I give tours of the studio?
Screw the sets.
As we're standing there in the middle of one of the sets,
yes,
I will say to everyone, the reason that we tried to build the sets as accurately as we could is so that you could very quickly forget them.
Wow, very good. Yes. Did you go to film school as well?
Because you want the audience to suspend their disbelief.
Yep.
You want them to accept that they are on the Enterprise.
Right.
And now they're going to give you permission to tell them a story.
Right.
And if the sets weren't accurate, they would the audience would constantly be distracted.
Yeah, what's the matter with the sets?
Hey, that's not right, and that's too small, and I don't remember that, and that's the wrong color.
Well, that bothered me about the movies.
As accurate as you can,
I think
the audience will accept.
I think when they came back with the movies, they should have I think they should have gone with the original. Just pick it up where you left off. The movies, I think, kind of just changed it. Hey, Phil Yebba, can I ask you something? Phil Yebba, comedian and also impressionist.
Yes, please.
Do you do any?
Ask Vic a question.
Do you do anyone? Do you do anyone on Star Trek or anyone that we might be able to link to the conversation?
Like physically?
Yeah. Why is he caught on that? No.
Have you ever done anybody on Star Trek? I think that's a different show, Mac.
Did I say that? Well, we got 20 minutes left. Phil, can you
There's an acronym out there.
Did I say Duncan?
For that I'm going to have to work on the off time.
I didn't want to call it so Vic, but no, just kidding.
Go ahead.
Do a tribble. I'm sure you can do a tribble. I know Black Eye Kid has experience with tribbles. He likes to have them as a snack.
Hey,
they're better than mice.
Hey, Phil, I want to hear your Star Wars impression.
Go ahead. Do the Wookiee.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I will give you a few, but I wanted to know if, like, quickly, if you felt like you have to be William Shatner, or you can make it your own type of, like, is there like a fog there?
You know what? I'm very eager to answer that question as soon as you do a couple of Star Wars.
This is like the actor's studio. Go ahead. Phil, go ahead, Phil, please. Phil.
Execute Order 66.
Who's that? Is that the Wookiee?
I have no idea.
That's the Emperor. Oh, that was good.
Okay. How's that, Vic?
The first one was Emperor.
I didn't hear. Oh, okay.
The first one was Emperor Palpatine.
Yes.
Oh. I thought it was James Earl Jones.
I don't even remember doing it.
Okay.
I didn't hear the second one. Somebody was talking over the second one.
Oh, Anakin, you're the chosen one.
Oh, jeez.
Ewan McGregor. Young Obi-Wan. Yes.
Wow. I loved you.
Wow.
Wait. Do Han Solo and Return of the Jedi. Oh,
which one? Which part?
Any part.
Mark Hamill does a great impression of
Harrison Ford.
Like Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
And Harrison Ford didn't know that Darth Vader was going to be Luke's dad.
Okay.
And so when they revealed it in the theater, Harrison Ford leaned over to
Mark Hamill
and said, "Hey, kid, I didn't know that." Like stupid stuff.
There's a hole in the script.
Phil.
Wasn't there a hole in the script that they
through hyperspace ain't like Dustin Crops, boy.
Oh.
Like Dustin Crops, boy. Yes.
Listen, wasn't that a hole in the script? A hole in the script, and they figured out that
droids you're looking for.
He was making out with his sister.
Hey, Phil, I got one for you.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Vic the Wop.
Strike me down with all of your hate, and your journey to the dark side will be complete.
I just got choked.
1850. Let's go.
Quite operational when your friends.
Oh, you too.
Oh man. Wow.
Okay, can I
do something we know?
Answer Phil's question now?
Go ahead.
Yes, please.
Phil, you know what? I love Bill Shatner. I loved that character with all of my heart. And the last thing I would ever want to do.
Yes.
When I started building the sets and started bringing the actors together and getting the crew together and writing the first episode and getting ready for that first moment where I was going to step out onto the bridge in uniform as Kirk.
Yes.
I thought to myself, the last thing I would ever want to do is for people to think that I'm mocking him or doing some kind of a parody.
No.
Because I wanted to pay tribute to him. And also I want to say,
yes,
he was perfect.
Yes.
That character does not need to be reimagined. That character does
he's
not
always
need
that
to
guy.
be made something.
Yeah.
So my intention was to make the viewers feel like they were watching those same characters. I told all of my cast the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I said, look, Todd, I know you're a great actor, but this is not the time to make Mr. Spock your own.
Ooh. Okay.
What I need you to do is play Mr. Spock the way Leonard Nimoy played Spock.
Yes.
And Grant, I want Sulu from the original series, not your take on Sulu.
Right.
Our goal was to make the viewer feel like they didn't miss a beat. And the story just continued seamlessly.
Yeah, that's what it is. And you know, it's another thing that we
but
haven't...
also the pacing and the lighting.
It's the same.
The lighting
right.
is phenomenal.
Yeah, the lighting is
looks exactly the same.
that
they did in the show, and it's seamless.
But you also got actors from the past.
And you know what? It was a certain kind of theatrical lighting. It was a very specific type of theatrical high key. They call it high key.
Okay.
And it caused shadows. It caused certain kind of shadow play on everything.
Yep.
And they don't light shows like that anymore.
Yeah.
Today's lighting is very natural, very, very soft.
The
natural.
camera moves around.
But back then, they lit television shows like they were stage plays.
Yeah, interesting.
Right.
And
it was like more dramatic than
Yep.
it is now.
Exactly. Right.
Lighting is very important
So
to
that's what we studied, and that's what we tried to execute as well.
movies. Yeah. Wow.
And successfully.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, just go watch it. And another thing that we haven't brought up is that you've brought back actors who were in the original series, right?
Yeah. In fact, not just the original Star Trek series, but actors from a lot of iconic series over the years. Battlestar Galactica, Doctor Who, Buck Rogers, Star Wars.
We were just talking about
Buffy, Incredible Hulk.
Oh, really? Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Okay, cool.
Farscape.
Yeah. So what do you do?
Yeah.
How did you approach these people? Just, would you like to take part in what we're doing type thing?
Well, you know what? Actually,
Or did you pay them?
No. I did. You guys know that I do a lot of voice work. I do a lot of voice acting work.
Okay.
For animated shows and video games. Things
Oh,
like
wow.
that. I've been doing that for 20 years.
Who's your biggest character? Who's your biggest character? Who's your biggest animated character? What's his name?
Well, I would say the couple of characters that I'm best known for is a character named Broly in Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Which is a big anime series.
Can we have it?
There was another big anime series that was on Cartoon Network called Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, okay. Yep. Can you give us a little? Can you give us a taste?
Actually, that was very popular with my kids.
Yeah.
They're grown now.
Yeah.
So,
I've done.
I just
I've
wanted
done.
to painfully revisit that.
They're fine. Can you give us a little bit of? Can you give us a taste? Can you give us a taste of one of the characters? Come on, do it, Vic. Come on, Vic. Let's talk him into it. Come on, let's go, please. Vic, come on, just do the voice.
I don't want to get off topic.
Oh, are you kidding?
You asked me a question, Matt, and I'm going to answer
We're
your
3
question.
hours into this.
Because I've done a lot of voice work,
Yes.
and I've built a fan base of that, Digimon, Pokemon, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I get invited to Comic-Cons. I get invited to sign autographs
Okay. Yes.
at Comic-Cons. And one of the things that allowed me to do was to meet actors that were also
Oh, okay.
signing
Yeah.
autographs.
Networking. Cool.
So I became friends with a lot of these people, Gigi Edgley and Lou Ferrigno and Aaron Gray and John Delancey and all of these people. I became friends with them.
Okay.
So whenever we would write an episode and I would think, okay, we have this guest starring role and this guest starring role. Who do I know, celebrity-wise, that would be good for that role?
Okay.
And I would call them. And they'd be like, sure, man, I'll do it. And they would come down and play the role.
If you were still doing the show, would would you cast any of us? Could you cast Raven as something from the Super Amazon planet or something?
Absolutely.
Okay, Raven.
I could totally see that.
Okay, Raven.
I'm 5'2". I'm not an Amazonian.
We'll put you in heels.
Hey, the camera adds 9 inches.
Yeah. Whoa, wow. I just saw that movie.
I'll look like a giant.
I'm going to become an actor.
The cameraman has 9 inches.
What we do is we shoot you at a very
We're all
low
mixed up.
angle, Raven. And then you look down at the camera like this. And then we cut back to all the other actors going like this.
Oh, perfect.
Done.
Do that, and
There
then
you go.
put like an hourglass shape on my waist.
Jocko has a wet towel on. What's going on there, John? You calming down?
I just give him a milk crate.
Okay.
I think I see Christopher Walken behind Steve Ward.
Christopher Walken is in the
that
house.
Will of Landrew
Right.
from Return of the Archons on the first season
He looks good.
of the original series.
He looks healthy.
Yes.
That's some walking, Phil.
Chris Walken.
Yep.
Chris Walken. What do you think of it?
Baby. Yeah, baby.
What an absolute babe when he was younger, though. Come on.
Christopher Walken?
I can talk
Oh, he
to
looks like a mental patient.
Dead Space? Oh, yes.
I don't remember him when he was younger.
Raven, did you ever see the scene with Walken in Annie Hall?
Oh, yeah, that's a
Woody
great
Allen?
scene. Yes, that's his
Oh,
first
God.
movie scene.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I think I watched that when I was at a very inappropriate age. to
There's
watch
another movie
because
that
I've never
changed the
watched
way
it as an adult.
movies were made. But Christopher Walken is the brother of Annie Hall, and Woody Allen is going out with Annie Hall, and he has to go meet the parents.
Oh,
So
that guy.
they go out to Long Island or something, and he has this very uncomfortable dinner, and the brother comes in, it's Christopher Walken, and he's in full mental patient mode. And he goes, "Can you drive me to the train station or something like that?" And then they say, "Okay."
Well, but Mac, he says, "This is to Woody Allen. I have this fantasy.
Yeah, this fantasy
about driving on the highway and crashing into a car, hearing the bending of metal and all that stuff." And so Woody Allen says, "Well, thanks, Dwayne, but I'm due back on planet Earth."
Yes,
and
right.
And then afterwards, the father says, "Hey, you guys got to go to the airport. Dwayne will drive you."
Yes. And the camera is just the three of them. Yeah, they're in the car, and and you just see Woody Allen has this look on his face, like, "Oh man, I'm going to die any minute."
Horror.
Yes.
Yeah, he was funny, but
Victor.
Yes, go ahead. So what? So
Victor, I would like to talk to you more.
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken.
More, Victor, about.
Okay.
He makes every scene amazing.
Well, we have when he's talking. Okay, what is he talking about? Does anyone know? What are you eating?
He was asking something about the voice work.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I would like to talk to you more about it. That's all.
Oh, Vic, because you two, you could be dueling impressionists.
Seriously. You know what? Can I say something about that? Phil's got Phil has a talent that I don't have, and let me tell you what I mean by that.
Is it?
I'm not an impressionist.
Okay.
I'm just a voice actor.
Okay.
Now, what I mean by that is I play characters, I act characters, and I do their voices. I don't change my voice with every character, and I certainly am not one of those man of 1,000 voices.
Okay.
In fact, fans always love to tease me about how they can pick my voice out immediately out of an anime series or a video game.
Really?
And my favorite thing is when fans tell me that, "Oh my God, I didn't even know that was you." So I'm able to do a voice that people don't immediately recognize. But I'm not an impressionist. I can't do vocal calisthenics and change my voice all that much.
Well, Phil,
but
can you do vocal calisthenics?
No, but I would totally enjoy picking your ear about.
Well, I'll hook you. I'll exchange your emails. Yeah, I'll exchange your emails if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Hey, Vic, do you ever have a bun? Ever have a bun, Vic?
Did I ever have a bun?
Yes.
No, I never had a bun.
Any buns? Would Star Trek allow buns on the bridge?
Probably.
Yeah,
especially had they done Phase 2. If they had done the television series in the late 70s.
Buns in space.
Yeah, they probably would have been working the buns.
Okay. Working the buns.
I think I solved the age thing.
Okay, go ahead. Jocko.
I solved that case. He's got a Dorian Gray picture somewhere.
Oh, okay. That's it. That's it. It's the hair. The hair is...
Knowing Vic, it's a velvet canvas, though, like Elvis, knowing Vic.
Yeah, probably one.
What's the secret, Vic?
We'll see you now.
Okay, we got 7 minutes, so I'm going to start to say goodbye to everyone.
I love Vic. Oh, my God, he gets it.
We'll say goodbye, but that doesn't mean hang up. Wow, he's showing us his hair. We got to be a TV studio. Could you do that again, please? Could we just see that?
What?
Can we see your hair again, the top of your head? Wow, look at that. Is
Beautiful.
that like,
wow.
It's so luxurious.
Yeah.
What's the word? Luxurious? Look at it. It looks like Shatner from the back.
It's plush.
He's got the Shatner. He's got the haircut of the Shatner, right? Check it out. Right?
I guess. His wasn't ever quite this puffy. I think I blow dried it a little too much today.
Okay, so that's the second time dryers has come up today.
Dryers?
Was it
I'm telling you, hair is if we were drinking on hair references, we would
wow.
We would all be dead. And I feel like this is a sign that nobody should use a hairdryer in the next week, I would say.
Don't worry about that.
Say hair.
Yes. We got to be a YouTube show or something. All right, listen. We're going to say goodbye now, but I want everyone to hang on until we end the show. Jocko, I want to thank you, Jocko, the man among men. Let's clap for Jocko, please.
Yes, Matt Dwayne.
Thank you for joining us, Jocko, and enlightening and educating us. Okay? So listen, if you stopped a car, what's the first thing you would say to someone who's speeding? Where you going, Pally?
Yeah, hey, Jerky, what's the rush?
Where's
the fire?
Well, obviously, it's the hair dryer in that hamper.
And you have to hurry.
I'm telling you.
And it stops like
that.
that.
This day, I think about it a lot.
That's a little weird. Thank you, Jocko, for joining us.
Out of here.
Jocko, we'll talk to you very soon.
Out of here.
Okay? I'm just going around the Brady Bunch here. Marc Zappulla, very famous author. The names of your books again, please.
To be The Last Longshoreman, we have Miami Underground, The Mist Man, and don't forget Unmasked by our friend Jerry Cheevers.
Oh, that's right, Unmasked. He wrote the bio of Jerry Cheevers, probably the best goalie in NHL history, or one of them for sure. So,
do you have a favorite, Mark? A favorite?
One of them. Yep.
Yes.
What's that?
Do you have a favorite
book? Do you have a favorite?
The Last Longshoreman was my baby.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
The Miami one is
That's
good.
my baby.
Absolutely great book.
I like the Miami.
Thank you, Commander. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It means a lot. But that's my baby. I mean, that's
the first.
My father was a longshoreman, and there's some parallels between the main character and my father, but it's a historical piece and a period piece. I love it. I loved it.
Yeah. The Boston
I love
Docks.
writing it. Everything.
The Boston Docks, man. I can remember as a kid going down there and driving around Castle Island and stuff, and it just looked tough, rough, real black and white.
I tell everyone it's fiction-ish. Fiction-ish.
Fiction-ish.
Nothing ever makes it on those ships without dropping and breaking open somehow.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Mark. If you ever are in the market for wanting to get an audiobook done of any of your books, I'd love to talk with you about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. What I heard was some longshoreman told me years ago that one of the things is that they were the first people on the cruise boats when they came in, and anything left over they just took.
It's left over. They'd bang up containers on purpose just to get in there. And
the days of the nets.
That's life.
That's what I use them hooks.
Right.
Oh yeah.
It wouldn't. It's never a box of relish that breaks open. It's always a box of scotch or something.
Coffee.
That's just the
good stuff.
That's the
all kinds of good stuff.
Marc Zappulla, thank you for joining us. We'll be talking soon because you and I are doing a project together right now. It's called True Crime Book. We're in the research phase. Okay.
Any help I can give.
Thank you, MC. Yeah, we might be calling on you, Jocko. You don't know. Okay, we're going around.
For legal assistance.
Going around. Okay, so we're going to say Phil Yebba. Thank you, Phil, for joining us. Okay? The man with the bun.
Around to delete
the man. We're going to clap for Phil because he came on the show with a bun. Okay.
Bun?
Yeah, bun.
Honey bun.
X was on last week, and he said to me, remind me of my Dorchester days. He said, back then, when someone had a bun, it was just so you could hold them while you were hitting them with the other hand. That's a story I heard.
God-given handle.
There you go. It helps. It helps with your balance.
I get it.
All right. Okay.
That's the mean streets.
Well,
that was years ago. That was years ago.
New friends. What?
Vic, we have to say goodbye to you and your hair, okay?
Why? Why? No.
They can't brush your hair.
I know.
Speaking of hair, you got to do the plugs.
Yeah. Oh, we got to do the plugs. Can you give us a little Bill Shatner real quick? I know you don't like to do it, but, we're big fans, so can't you just say, I listened to Mack Maloney's Military Style Show?
I want to thank you for having me on your show. You are the best there is.
Thank you, Bill. We'll send the check.
You know what? Let me just say thank you guys for letting me join you. And for all of you guys here and any of your listeners and viewers, check out neutralzonestudios.com for places and times to take tours of our Star Trek studio. You can check out the series at StarTrekContinues.com, all for free. I'm going to be doing a lot of event appearances around the country. I've got about 15 lined up over the next few months. You can follow me on Twitter at Vic Mignogna, and check out the audiobooks that that are released. The authors released on Audible. The Crimson Spark by William Hastings.
Yes.
And In Plain Sight by Dan Willis.
Wow, cool. We were just talking about him. Thank you, Vic. Vic the Wop, thank you for joining us. We'll do it again soon, okay?
Multi-talented, very fascinating.
We got to clap. We got to clap for Vic the Wop because we clap for everyone else. Thank you, Vic.
You're the man, Vic.
Okay,
hope we run into each other someday. Vic,
I hope so.
Love to meet you.
Right. Not in a car.
Literally.
Not like Christopher Walken in a car head on. Okay, so listen. We're going to say goodnight to Switchy. Okay, Switch. I'm seeing bags around your eyes. You look like you need a good night's sleep.
Tough, Switch. You got to get a
go to sleep.
hard for this.
How can I contact you?
Go to sleep. Take your
Sort of like I had
painkillers.
an operation or something.
Take your painkillers and go bed anyway.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
What they give you?
They give you
They
anything?
didn't give me anything. Like just using what I got.
What? What, the
Yeah,
Perkin didn't
I
go out
know.
of business? Thank you,
Yeah,
Switch.
but listen, I'm
Yeah.
tough.
You got to
I'm
get
a rambling
some-
guy.
He's a
I can
rambling guy.
handle it.
Right. He's not going to take any pills. Okay, it's that time in the night. I'm sorry, Raven. We have to say goodnight to you. Everything.
Thank you so much for
Good night,
having
Raven.
me, as usual.
Did you enjoy
I had
the
so
show
much fun.
tonight? Did you really?
Yes.
If
I
you
hate when
didn't,
say that.
how would you
Stop.
tell us? How would you tell us you had a bad time? Would we know?
I mean, I feel like I have an RBF, so you'd probably know.
1-1. Do you know what that means?
Look at the message.
RBF?
She'd send me
Just look it up
a
on the
look.
Urban Dictionary.
Okay,
I
all
know what it
right.
means.
Okay.
She has that look that you can.
I know what a ghetto
Oh,
squirrel
I know what it is. I
You
do figure
know
it
what it
out.
is. You know what it is.
I don't really need.
Oh, I know what it is.
Just
Yeah,
keep moving.
yeah.
Jocko knows what it is.
going.
What is it?
Keep
What's
it
it mean?
First word is resting.
Yes.
Yep.
What's the other
Sure
two
is.
Oh,
words?
I know it.
Resting
Yep.
what?
I got it. Yeah.
And
Please.
then the last word is face.
Yep. I
Resting.
suffer from that.
The one would be
It truly,
What's
I
the
have
middle
to
word?
live with it every day. So
What's the
He has
middle
a
word?
resting Boston face.
I still don't get it. I still don't
What?
get
In
it.
New
I'm
York,
really
we
gonna
say
miss
go
you, Raven.
fuck
I'll be
off.
honest.
We'll explain it off air.
Oh,
Okay.
Hey,
please.
Vic, in New York, Mark, we just
I
tell you,
found,
right?
I found
Go
you on
fuck yourself.
Instagram, Mark. So don't worry.
Did it?
I
That was
did.
random blood sugar.
When? Just now?
No, wait a minute.
Maybe an hour ago.
Okay.
I'm
on there.
still in the dark.
All right, I'm on it.
Okay, we got to do the plugs.
Plugs.
One is just yelling at me to do the plugs. Did I say goodbye, and Coco? Thank you for joining us.
I don't know. Do you need me to do this, Mac?
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, we're gonna hang.
Okay.
We're gonna end the show, but everyone, hang on. Okay, so our plugs. Homes Rod Troops. Homes Rod Troops. Google them. They are a military charity that builds homes for Iraqi and Afghani war victims. Soldiers, veterans, people who have lost limbs and so on have a hard time getting around. They build these houses adapted to whatever situation they have, and then when they're done, they give them the keys. No mortgage, nothing. They deserve it. They've built about 400 houses already. Homes Rod Troops, okay? That's 88 cents on the dollar they spend towards the charity, and that's a very, very high rate in the charity business. Homes Rod Troops. Check them out on online, and hopefully you'll contribute. Also, the People's Mosquito Project. Ross Sharp and his Mad Englishman friends are putting back together a warplane from World War II, the Mosquito. It was built of wood because they're running out of steel in England, and they put 2 Rolls-Royce engines on it, and what happens? It's the fastest plane in World War II for about 2 years, and as one says, it was so fast...
They would outrun the bullets.
Outrun the bullets. Jocko used to do that, too.
Yes. Hey, Mac, you know the Hurricane was also half wood.
The Hurricane was also half wood, yeah? Okay, that I believe, too. Hurricane, actually, that's another show. Hurricane is actually the plane that won the Battle of Britain. I know the Spitfire gets all the...
Absolutely.
But the Hurricane is the one that...
Hawker Hurricane. It was a biplane.
Yeah.
They converted it.
You're right. Yes, right. You used to have a
one night.
Anyway, okay, so those are our plugs. And also, we are a podcast. We've been a podcast now for over a year. Podbean.com. Just Google Mack Maloney's Military X-Files. We're on Apple Podcasts. You just say to Alexa, is that her name?
Yep, Alexa.
Alexa, play Mack Maloney's Military X-Files on Apple Podcasts, and suddenly we'll be there.
I'm sorry, I can't do that.
See? Oh, wow, that's scary, man. That's freaking scary.
So I just say, hey, Jerky.
Hey, Jerky. Hey, Jerky, play the show. Look.
What show?
We just got a badge. Right. Do we get an actual badge there, Raven? A badge for 50,000 downloads, right?
I got stuff for you guys.
Okay, that's right.
I got stuff for you guys.
Do we
should throw
do we get a physical badge?
Facebook stuff.
Raven, do we get a badge, or is it just like a virtual badge?
It's like on the interwebs.
One of those. Yes.
Like a flashing thing
Okay.
from Podbean. So
A
it's
GIF?
not a physical badge.
Okay.
But, you know,
It's a GIF.
It's still.
What are you going to
I
show
get-
them your phone? Like, say, hey.
Yeah.
Well, you
I'll
can put a link.
screenshot it and be like, boom.
Yeah.
Here we
What's it
go.
from? What is it?
It's
Like
from
apples?
Pod.
Here's these apples.
Yeah, there you go. It's
Right
all
there.
about the apples.
Yep.
Listen, it's 50,000 downloads on our
Hey,
podcast.
Jocko's got something for us.
So
Jocko, what do you got?
I want to thank those 50,000 people who downloaded.
Yeah, definitely.
Jocko, what do you got? It looks like a prescription bottle. What is that? What are those?
An apple.
Oh, an apple?
That's an apple.
I think people should drop.
What are you doing?
That's a prescription.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Now I can tell the difference. Okay, look. Why don't we? Are we done there, JJ?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Why don't we say goodnight to everyone? Thank you very much for joining us and for putting up with us. Yeah. We had a lot of fun tonight. A lot of good stories. Thank you for everyone. And until you hear us next time, this is Mac for the entire gang saying, "Be safe, be happy, and
bye bye."